everybody, and welcome to Fandom Access, Sci-Fi Vision for May 5th. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Tonight we have Daredevil Born Again, of course, episode 7, and followed by that is the season finale of Monarch. And then we have the first 2 episodes of the new show Widow's Bay, and after that, For All Mankind. Please make sure you like the video, hype it if you can, subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision. And yeah, so new shows tonight. We also tomorrow will be doing a deeper dive into Widow's Bay at 11 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to have a watch party at 8:30. So I'll put the links for Discord in the chat. Make sure if you're not a member, you join so you can join our watch parties as well as get the schedule and everything. We also have from watch parties, from live streams, and we have Daredevil tomorrow. So lots of good, or Daredevil on Thursday, lots of good stuff. And we do a Daredevil watch party when we're done here tonight in Discord for people who want to join. So yes, please join us. But yes, please like, subscribe, and join the Discord. And we appreciate it. So what did you guys think about this Daredevil? We got Jessica Jones again, which I think everybody was waiting for.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm trying to remember what the hell happened in this episode I saw a week ago. Oh yeah, no. This is when Karen is in jail and goes to court and everything. Yeah, no, another good episode. It's really building up to the finale.
All right, that's fair. Not a whole lot happened this week, I will say. It wasn't as excited as some of them have been, but what about you, Karen?
Karen's muted.
Karen is muted. Is Karen there?
Sorry, I'm here. I was making some noise. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a pretty good episode. With things moving towards a finale. I think I don't know. I watched it for a second time this afternoon to get ready to talk about it tonight, and I just feel like I am so sick of Vincent D'Onofrio, and his portrayal is wearing really thin on me, and I am really looking forward to the Kingpin storyline being over, and hopefully this next episode, and maybe Matt and Karen can do something else. It's just starting to wear on me a little bit. I'm kind of just done with it. But, that doesn't mean I hated the episode. There were some things to like in this episode.
I don't know.
I do agree. I'm looking forward to some new villains.
Yes.
Next season. I mean, and you didn't even see the original 3 shows. The original, or not shows, but the original 3 seasons of the Netflix series.
And was that all Kingpin?
It wasn't all Kingpin, but there was a lot of Kingpin.
Oh, I don't know how you guys take it. I know that Kingpin is a comic book guy, and so he's supposed to be a comic book villain, but I'm seeing less and less like good acting out of D'Onofrio and more like just this Kingpin caricature, and I'm just kind of done with the.
Yeah, no, I agree. It definitely needs to move on.
Yeah. It sounds like you guys agree, or I agree with everything you guys have said, because I would like it to move on too. I like him, but I think we've had enough of it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not to mention, we had him in Echo, and we had him in Hawkeye, so it's...
Yeah, does Matt Murdock ever fight anybody else? My God.
Yes, that's the point. That's what I'm saying. Like, he does. Lots of other people.
Kimberly says, I was reading that everyone's saying Kingpin's storyline needs to end. But she also asked you, AJ, do you think the Yakuza will return? Yakuza, I can't talk. Will the Yakuza return?
From what I've seen online, I think season 3.
Really? That's interesting.
It's speculation by people online, but
I hadn't really thought about the Yakuza returning, but I guess I could see that if I think about it. But yeah. All right. Well, I liked it, but yeah, not as much happened, but you can tell it's moving towards,
Well, I mean, something huge happened.
Yes. I guess, which is maybe what I disliked actually the most about it, is I'm kind of annoyed to get another case, like another whole court case. And I know that's a lot of what the show is, but I'd rather kind of the other stuff. So I didn't like that a whole lot of it was devoted to Karen's case, but I understand why it was. It kind of had to be.
Well, it's kind of the point.
Yeah,
that's
I know.
the point of the whole season.
He's also a lawyer, so it makes sense with the show.
Yeah.
But I liked seeing Jessica, and I also think it was interesting the idea this time that Kingpin sort of, not completely, but he kind of played by the rules. Like, he didn't stick her in a hole; he stuck her in prison because then it was legal.
Well, it was a trap. It was a trap.
Yeah, but
it just didn't. He just didn't trap the version of Matt he thought he was going to trap. He was expecting.
No, definitely intended that Daredevil would show up. I agree with that. But I'm just saying, like, I kind of like that they went that way, just because I'm kind of sick of the whole Kingpin can't lose because they let him do whatever he wants. So the fact that they went the legal route, I appreciated, at least was different than it's been lately. But yeah, and it was cool though to at the same time to see Matt like in the courtroom again. And I kind of like how they're doing it, playing on, the fact that some of the community are starting to turn on Fisk a bit.
A bit. So, I mean, I think a lot of that was a pretty big demonstration that we saw.
Yeah. After what happened at the protest, I think a lot of people are.
Sure. Yeah. Well, public opinion is changing. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I like the stuff. Sorry, I was going to say, I like the stuff with Bullseye when we figured out what he was doing, protecting the governor. And I did not like they killed Daniel. I mean, I'm not surprised. He got a redeeming death, but I really would like him not to have died because he was one of the best people on the show. But, that's that. We kind of figured that was coming, so that's nothing.
I am okay with his death. I think his storyline had run its course, and there wasn't really... If you're not going to make him become the Kingpin's Fisk's true right hand, really advance and go up the ranks, then what is there for him to, and he was maybe always doomed. Like, I felt for a long time that he was going to die.
Yeah. Well, since you brought it up already, funny story. So when they originally shot that scene with Daniel, he didn't die. There's another scene where he does not die, and Janiyah Walton, who plays BB, didn't know until she got another call sheet and was reading it, and she's like, "Wait, Daniel's dead?" She had no idea. They didn't tell her because they wanted they wanted a reaction from her. So she shot a scene where he lived, even though they filmed a scene. They also filmed.
So they wrote like a decoy
on her. Yeah,
she's already filmed then some of season 3, clearly, because otherwise she wouldn't have had any reaction to it because we didn't see her.
There's still one more episode.
Oh, that's right. I forgot there was another episode. Shit. Okay, forget I said that.
AJ, are you saying they changed the ending, or that they purposely shot 2 different endings?
They purposely shot 2 different. They purposely shot 2 different scenes with Daniel, and she was only involved in the one where he lived.
Okay.
And then her next day, the next day of shooting, she found out he died.
Her reaction was legit.
Yeah, I saw an interview with her. She was she was like, "Oh my God."
Yeah, that's cool. All right. Well, let's see. So we have at the beginning where Vanessa, well, we already knew that Heather had stolen Vanessa's earring. And we already knew that, but now he knows it's missing. So he can confront her later, but he does figure out it is gone. And then we have Karen being processed into the prison, and it is more, they're making it look like they're following protocol and everything, bringing her into prison.
And I was pleasantly surprised too.
Not just when I saw
well, letting him come in and threaten her and choke her, that's not following protocol. I said mostly following protocol.
Okay.
But the fact that I saw her in jail, I thought, holy crap, she's not in a cave somewhere. Like, I was shocked that But as the episode progressed, I understood what the plan was.
Yeah, I was definitely shocked too.
And she's not even like in this first shot. I assume she was at Rikers, but actually, like they divert her to
just
the
in jail. Yeah,
she's just in jail. Yeah,
she's
not in prison.
But Kingpin does come to talk to her. I'm trying to remember exactly what the conversation was, but she pisses him off and he ends up choking her.
Well, I mean, she says.
Remind me what he says, because I don't remember what they say.
Some interesting things. She says, I've never seen you scared before. I like it, right? And that enrages him. But she might be right. I don't know that I saw fear in him, but I can see how he should be afraid because, part of this episode is that he has gone too far now and the city's turning against him, right?
I not that he was.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I started.
Okay, no, I was just going to say, I don't know necessarily that she believed it or not, but I think she also said it just to piss him the hell off because she knew it would piss him off. I felt like. Well,
yeah, but I also didn't think it was really fear. He's not used to people talking down to him. And so it's not really fear. It's anger. Everything's anger with him right now. And I'll tell you what, in this scene, she kept getting closer and closer to the bars. And I kept thinking to myself, I'm like, don't get any closer. Don't get any closer. And then this happened. And I was like, yeah, that's why I didn't want you to get any closer. Like, that was pretty brazen.
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, has she never been in jail before? Like, because that's like, don't they tell you that? Like, don't get too close to the bars.
Not even that. No, don't get too close to the Kingpin.
Well, yeah.
Screw the bars.
Yeah, I don't think it was the bars. Yeah, but he is really pissed right now, and you're right. It's all ploy to get hoping that Daredevil will show up and he can.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that his anger and violence in the scene is a ploy to get Matt to show up. I think he truly.
No, I mean her being there.
Straight up anger.
He loses his cool at her.
Yeah, but realizes he can't. But composes himself because he knows if he kills her, kind of defeats the purpose of his plan.
Yes.
I mean, I think that, as I think about it, I think he's really been a study in like controlling his, or like controlled violence. Like he's not we've not really seen him lash out like this before. And he uses other people to enact violence. It's only like first, I guess, with the boxing match and now going from there that he's really like lashing out and letting loose. And I mean, he really loses control at her in this scene, right? And I think he is nothing if not a really controlled person, right? Until now. He's just losing his shit now. Everything's getting away from him.
Well, that's because his center of gravity is dead.
Right. He lost. I was going to call her Vanessa. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Yes, Vanessa.
Yeah.
All right. So we get to see Mr. Charles again and get to see Jessica here yell at him.
I mean, she doesn't yell. She never raises her voice, right? But this also is a very interesting, like you guys know her, right? And I really don't. So I don't know if this is like in character for her to like come right after a guy and be like, back off, don't come at me, I'll get you.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another fun interview I saw, little snippet, was with Matthew Lillard. The original script had him in the bathtub when she broke into his hotel room, and he nixed it. He said he read it and he said nope. He goes, nobody wants to see 56-year-old me in a bathtub.
Oh yeah, and here Kimberly heard the same thing. I mean, that's interesting because like being in the bathtub would be a real position of vulnerability. Right.
Yeah.
So I guess they put him in his underwear to like keep him a little vulnerable. But the bathtub would be like a super vulnerable position. Also funny to see like this mercenary character in like I assume there'd be bubbles, right? A bubble bath.
Yeah. And it being Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
They should have put him in and covered him with bubbles to his neck, and then you don't have to see him naked if he doesn't want you to. I think it would have been funny though. I think he makes a comment about knowing where Luke is or something, doesn't he? She asks about it.
He says, I'm your connection to Luke, or I'm your only link to Luke, or something like that. I thought he implied that, like,
he alludes to it.
Yeah,
He's trying to say. Sorry, go ahead.
I thought he implied that if she wishes to communicate with Luke, she has to go through him, and so she should not antagonize him.
Yes. But he also, I thought, and I don't if there's a second part of it or it was this, but he also definitely implied that he is pissed at Kingpin, so he's not, they may be more willing to do what things that they are maybe interested in. Yeah. He's definitely not happy with him. So then we have Jessica and Matt on the roof. And this is when, they're talking to Cherry. That's right. Shannon to Cherry. And he clearly knew who she was, but hadn't met her before. But I'm trying to see ahead to the pictures to remember what's going on.
I mean, I think this is pretty much a
they're talking about Karen.
It's a bit of exposition where he explains that Karen has been taken to the 15th precinct, and like he has a friend there that's looking after her, and like, right, like it's just a little
they brought her to that jail specifically because then they could, get to her to talk to her at least. So
and to protect her from being
killed. Hopefully.
Yeah,
that's the plan.
Yeah.
And then we have Bullseye talking to Daredevil, and he says he has this one good deed for him to do if he really does want to do something good to help. And he doesn't tell us. We don't get to hear what it is. I remember at one point thinking it was different and then figuring it out at a certain point, but I don't remember what that point is. But it's actually that he wants him to go protect the governor because he knows Fisk is going to send somebody after. I think they also had that conversation. The fact that now that she's like wanting to sign that charter or whatever, that she's like done listening to him. So therefore he'll go have her killed. So that's why he wants him to go protect her. That's like the one good deed.
I figured it out. I figured it out as soon as they showed her. When they showed her, I was like, "Oh, that's where Bullseye." I actually forgot about Bullseye.
Yeah, I'm like, he's not the one who's going to attack her. He's the one who's going to save her.
Honestly, I was kind of glad I forgot about Bullseye because I feel like last episode there was way too much Bullseye.
Yeah, there's been a lot.
I mean, the other part of this, what I liked about the scene was, Matt kind of explains his, Matt says, "I should kill you, but I think I need to forgive you." And, Matt's, we talked about mercy a couple weeks ago. I don't know that Matt is, it depends what your definition of mercy is, but Matt's letting Bullseye go, not for Bullseye, because Matt, for his own soul, needs to show forgiveness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I think his exact words are, "I can't kill you and I can't forgive you for Foggy." Were his words.
But I think I need to.
Yeah.
Oh, he says, "I hate you for Foggy," right? I hate you for Foggy. I can't for. But there's a bit here where Matt is talking about how he's gotta let Bullseye go and forgive him because it's what Matt needs to do.
Yeah.
Hey, Doc.
Hey, Doc. Welcome.
So I like that. And then he says, if you really want to, do something to make up for
one good deed,
you, and then he leaves it.
Yeah, and then we're supposed to wonder what he's talking about.
Which I thought, when I saw that scene, I thought he was going to ask Bullseye to protect BB, who was the person I thought was in the most danger at this point in the episode.
Yeah, but Matt doesn't know that.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about BB.
I mean, I think Matt knows. You're right, AJ. You're absolutely right. I think he knows in the general sense that BB's kind of always in danger because of what she's doing, right? Because Matt knows who she is and what she's up to. But you're right that he doesn't know that Buck is like ready to kill her. You're right, but that's still what I thought when I watched this.
Yeah.
I can't,
Valid.
I know I saw something a little bit different before we saw the governor, but I can't for the life of me remember what it was I thought the first time because I know it changed when I saw the governor. So whoops, turn that there. Okay. So she is, having to deal with being in prison.
She's not in prison. She's just in jail at the precinct. She's not in prison.
Well, I still consider
Big
prison and jail same thing.
Nope,
I mean,
big
I guess
difference.
technically
It's not nearly the same thing. It's a totally different thing being in prison and being in jail. It is.
First of all, you can't be sent to prison if you haven't gone to court yet.
Yes, I know. It's like holding. Okay, it's I guess a little better.
She's in jail at the precinct. She's in jail.
Okay. Anyway, this guy that I don't remember his name. He's
Brett
the
Mahoney.
one that Detective who?
Brett Mahoney.
Brett Mahoney. Okay. Well, Brett Mahoney here, who they've helped with his cases in the past. He's the inside man that is going to help her, and she doesn't realize what he's going to do. Like, I was surprised when he let her out. At first I thought, have they corrupted him? Are they going to try to kill Karen? Like, I didn't at first get what he was doing either, but he brought her out to be able to see Matt for like 2 minutes or whatever. And I like this scene though, because Karen is getting ready to tell Matt, you can't break me out. And Matt's like, I wasn't going to. Like, I already figured this out. You got to go to trial. Because they have to make everybody see what Fisk is doing, which, look, is kind of what they've done a lot of the season, trying to open people's eyes. But right. I thought it was kind of funny the way they did it. So
now, Karen, you have no idea why we're so happy about this character, Brett Mahoney, because he's from the original series also.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He was a lot more prominent.
Yeah, they were always they would, like, a lot of times Daredevil would, like, bring the criminals that he knocked out or whatever and help him find them, like a tip to give him and stuff.
He was also in Punisher, and he was in Luke Cage.
Oh, okay.
That far. All right. So then this guy.
Hold on a second. So that scene with Karen and Matt.
Okay.
When he said we may have to cross a line, and she's like, "Oh no, don't." Now, did either of you at that point suspect that he was going to show up in court?
I hadn't thought about it, to be honest.
As soon as he said we may have to cross the line, I said it immediately. I was like, he's gonna show up in court to help defend her.
Well, I knew he didn't mean he was going to kill somebody, so
no.
yeah, I don't know what I thought.
No, as soon as he said that, I was like, Dad, because I knew his crossing a line didn't mean killing somebody. I kind of figured it meant the return of Matt Murdock.
He's been hiding, so I mean that's him coming out of hiding. That's pretty big.
Yeah.
Right. While we see him every episode, he has been like missing.
Yeah,
MIA.
I have to wonder though, like if Fisk's point was to bring Daredevil out, like know that
his point was to bring Matt out.
No, he wanted Daredevil to try and save her.
Oh, you think so?
So that he could be like, oh yeah, absolutely. It was the whole thing was a trap.
And he thought Daredevil would swoop in to rescue her in broad daylight.
Yeah, and then he could be like, look,
I guess I kind of wondered if either could work for his trap, because I have to just question if Daredevil comes in, he's going to have him arrested. So to me, it makes more sense that Matt would come in and do it legally, because he can't do anything to Matt because he told everybody Matt was a hero. Right. But I guess he figured maybe that Matt wouldn't do that because it's not a guarantee.
Oh yeah, he never. You could see his total discomfort when he sees Matt walk into that courtroom.
Yeah. Wrong show today, Muncher, but we're doing Daredevil right now. All right, so it's a district attorney. I can never remember what his title is, but
yeah, he's a prosecutor. He's a DA.
He's a prosecutor. That's so I believe. Oh, I know. He tells her that he's going to need her help again. So basically, he's telling her he wants her to do some illegal shit again in order to get Karen to go to prison, and she doesn't seem to have much problem with it. I hate her more and more every time. So that's pretty much what that's about.
Yeah.
And then this is where Fisk sees her, talks to her, and he pulls out the earring, and he knows. And I can't remember, because he calls around on it, doesn't he?
Well, he doesn't say. I don't think he calls her out.
Outright say it, but
as soon as he puts it on the table, she apologizes. So we talked about this in the watch party last week, and I was like, wait a minute, how does he know that she stole it? And Jamie said to me, well, maybe Buck told her he found her in the bedroom.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's a camera in the bedroom. Well,
we discussed that also, but I was like too creeped out to really like.
Or it's just, or just gut reaction.
Or he just guessed and he guessed right by the way she reacted.
I felt like there were like 50 people in the house at that funeral, so anybody could have done it. And, Jamie talked me out of that. So thank you.
Sure. Hey, Fletch. I just felt like, I don't know. I thought something different was going to happen here. Like when she started apologizing, I thought it was going to go a little bit different, or he was going to think she was talking about something else. But they did. It was just actually he knew she did it, so it wasn't what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, he holds her in high regard, and
Yeah, he says something. Didn't he say something like she wanted to do something dangerous or something to that effect?
Yeah, and she's and she gives this whole thing about it. She's like, I don't know why I did it. I wasn't gonna do it. He goes, but you did. And that's where the scene ends.
Yeah. So the question is, did he threaten her?
I thought he'd be angrier. I thought he'd be angrier.
But it just puts her more under him, I guess, which right now she's helping him. But he, went to step out of line. But to be fair, if he decides he doesn't like you, he can kill you whether you've done something wrong or not. So it really doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, I just felt like with his frame of mind, like steal from him, okay, but steal from like dead Vanessa, I thought he would react differently, but I guess he's trying to push her to some place.
I think it's just different with Heather because he has respect for her.
Why?
She saved his marriage.
I guess. And he thinks she's...
No, not I guess. She did, as far as he's concerned.
As far as he's concerned. That's what I mean by I guess.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
As far as he's concerned, it's not as far as maybe the rest of us are concerned.
I just figured that
you just wanted him to kill her. You can't stand her.
I can't stand her. I didn't watch the first series, you guys, but I feel like maybe
she wasn't in it.
He wasn't in it.
Okay, but let me finish. I feel like maybe he's impressed by her credentials and her like he came from nothing, right? And the way he's been like, we've seen how he's like, entered the art world and is always wearing a suit, and he's sort of like putting on these like airs of sophistication. I feel like, is he like, she's a doctor. He gives her some kind of respect that maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that's his personality or not.
He didn't give the doctor that operated on Vanessa much respect.
Well, I mean, that's a different thing, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but she didn't, in his mind, kill his wife either, so that's a little bit different.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he thinks that guy killed his wife, Jamie. I think he just was...
but he didn't save her either.
He, I think, blamed the doctor. I mean, I know he knows it wasn't his fault, but I think, like, because he's mad, he had to blame somebody in that moment.
No, it was absolutely the doctor's fault. He didn't save her.
Okay, it was not the doctor. I think
in reality, no, but in his mind, yes.
I disagree with you that he thinks doctor did not save wife, must kill. I think that he had a lot of anger that he needed to release, and I think that guy's horrible. Like, what was it? He was spewing some like touchy-feely crap, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was really the bigger offense than like not being able to save the wife.
I thought he just needed somebody to blame. The guy was there. He was in the way. And he
could have been a nurse, could have been an orderly, could have been whoever.
Right. But I do think he, in the moment, blamed him. Like, I think he's smart enough to know it wasn't really his fault, but it doesn't matter. He didn't fix her. So therefore he's to blame, All
right. Can we look at Heather's face? Don't you just want to like smack her right across her smug little smile right there? God,
you mean like how she smacked Karen later?
Well, I mean, I can't wait to talk about that. Yeah.
Yeah, all kinds of issues. All right. So Daniel has it out with BB and is, telling her he's coming after you. He's going to kill you. And then they keep talking, and he says that he's going to take her to a safe house. This guy he knows, he's calling him, and he's going to have him set it up, and he will protect her and blah, blah, blah. But he really at this point has no intention of protecting her because he's texting Buck. He's totally lying to her. So yeah, I was really at this point hoping that he was going to change what he was doing. I figured there was a good chance he probably would, because I didn't think in the end he was going to give her to him. But yeah, I kind of at this moment was like, Daniel, do the right thing. Don't make me hate you. I like you.
I was disappointed in him at this moment. I think we all were, right?
Yes, very
Actually, I shouldn't say. Were you, AJ? Were you disappointed in him at this moment? But we all kind of knew that she wasn't going to get killed.
I mean, I like the character, but I wouldn't say I was disappointed. I kind of expected of him because they buried a body together.
I know. I just keep like feeling like I want him to be a better man, right? And in the end, he is. But
yeah, and I think that's
in the end, he's a dead man.
Yeah, he's a dead man. But I feel like when they put him in this show, it felt for quite a while that he was placed for that. Like that he was going to get that redemption and probably end up dead. Like I think like at least me, like I felt like that for a while. Like, yeah, he's gonna die saving her or protecting her or whatever. Like I felt like that for a while. So I wasn't super surprised, but yeah, I wanted him to do the right thing. But he's texting Buck. And then we go to the courtroom, which is, they think, going to be a farce. But this time they're going to turn the tables on them and show the public, because they're basically saying the one thing we have that they're not.
Can you just, they think it's going to be a farce and they think they're going to turn the tables on them. Can you be a little more clear?
At this point, Fisk and the ones that are working with Fisk and the task force and all that, they assume this is going to go like Swordsman did. I mean, that's what they think is going to happen.
Yeah.
But Matt and Karen and the girl, I never remember her name, Kirsten, they already have plans to turn it on them because they know that they have this all televised and that the tide is turning and that they're going to use it to their advantage. And the fact is that Matt coming in only pushes that narrative because, and it's, like, you know, Fisk can't say anything. He said Matt was a hero. So he can't come out and be like, oh, Matt's bad. Like, it doesn't work that way. Hey, Jay, I'm going to get popcorn.
I love this. I love the way they shot
I'm
the
losing
opening.
You guys. I'm breaking up every, like, 3.
Can you hear us now?
I do, too.
You do too?
I'm trying to close a lot of things on my computer. Can you
it
hear
might
me?
Be the weather. I know it was storming here earlier.
Yeah, we can hear you.
It's not the weather. The weather's perfect here.
Well, here we're having a
Sharon just had too many tabs open.
I do. I have too many tabs open. I gotta close like two.
I was saying I love the way they did this.
I really, AJ, also really liked the way and how they. Wait, am I back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking.
Can you hear me now?
Keep going. Yeah.
I also really like the way they shot that and how they alternated between like defense, prosecution, which is not the way a trial is laid out, right? But that they gave us and almost like finishing each other's sentences and like completing each other's paragraphs and stuff. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, they like showed it like a ping pong of it, kind of. So it worked. I agree.
Yeah.
And then there's Karen. She's like, yeah.
And then, can I bring in my co-counsel?
Yeah, and they're like, what? And in comes Matt, and he is not happy.
No, he is not happy.
He's not happy one bit. But Matt is there, ready to work. And he questions Powell. I don't remember really the conversation with Powell, but he then maybe she questions Powell. I thought he did.
Powell.
And Kirsten questions Powell, and she
no. And Matt questions Cole.
Yeah.
Cole.
Okay. Matt questions Cole, and they go into how he was in Matt's apartment and everything. And I don't remember the full conversation, but it definitely made Matt look better than them.
The questioning here, which is Kirsten is questioning this guy right now because she asks him, like, what were you doing at his house? And the guy says, we went there for a welfare check. And she says, oh, a welfare check with like 40 like guys with automatic weapons and like a full like
for a blind man.
That's a lot. That's a lot for a blind lawyer, she says, right? And the guy has no response. Like she delivers a really good
there's not a lot.
It does become clear. I mean, I felt it became clear early when the lady judge, the woman, the female judge says to Kirsten, whenever she says there's an objection and it's sustained, and the judge says, remember, counselor, there's no jury. You don't need to like grandstand for the audience. And Kirsten says, "Are you sure about that, Judge?" And she
I forgot about that.
right?
And they focus on the cameras.
Yeah, in other words, meaning we don't give a shit what you think. It has nothing to do with you because you're not the one that matters.
Give a shit, but that's not the real trial. Is what you mean, right? Like the real trial is the trial of public opinion.
Well, yes, because those three judges are going to find her guilty regardless of anything. Yeah. We already saw it happen with Swordsman. It's going to happen with Karen.
She's definitely guilty. She's definitely going to like wherever they're going to send her. And her only chance really is public outcry. But I don't think they're even like, that's not even their goal is like a chance for Karen. Their goal is like overthrow of the kingpin, right?
Yeah, because if that happens, then she'd be let out anyway, as would all the other people that were imprisoned unjustly.
Yeah.
All right. So then we see the governor, and I think this is where she's saying that she's going to sign the charter that's going to screw up Kingpin.
No, she's going to revoke the charter.
Revoke the charter. I'm sorry, revoke the charter.
And signing the charter is completely different.
Okay. Yeah, I know, but I meant that anyway.
She's going to sign
the charter. It's going to sign the paper to revoke the charter. There you go. In order to stop him from using the free ports, which is going to piss him the fuck off, which is why he has sent somebody to kill her, basically.
Yes.
And there's Daniel. He's pretending he's taking BB to the safe house. And then at the last minute, she figures out that he's going to kill her. And she's like, no, please don't, please don't. So he gets her. You know, the thing is, Buck was watching them. So I'm not sure exactly how he got her so easily away. But he got her out of the way and he's like, okay, give me your phone, run. Don't tell me where you're going. Like he made sure that he didn't know.
Why do you think Buck was watching them?
Yeah, why? I don't think Buck was watching them.
I thought he was supposed to be watching them. Maybe it was just the way they kept not superimposing, but kept like showing both scenes. It might have just been the way they were showing it because they did keep showing Buck like, you know, on the like having
him and said, "I'm here. Where are you?"
Right, but I assumed that he was like in one of those rooms, like looking out the. I don't know, for whatever reason, that's what I was assuming, but that was an assumption. Anyway,
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say he does tell her smartly, you know, don't tell me where you're going because otherwise Buck might beat it out of him. But he tells her to go. And
what I liked about this was not that it's, you know, I mean, what she says to him that changes his tune is not like, it's not a simple, please don't kill me. She says, Daniel, is this the man you want to be? And that's really what gives him pause and makes him like, let her go and change his mind that he, you know, in that moment, he's going to be the man that he wants to be. Yay, Daniel. And then you sealed your death warrant right there.
I know.
We all knew you were about to die.
Yeah. There was also, I skipped accidentally the part that was before this, is that we did, there was the whole thing where he told her about burying the body and basically said that, you know, he's connected to it now. He's in trouble.
Yeah. I also like, we talked last week, Jamie, you talked about how he was wearing a hoodie and you thought it was like funny or whatever, but you know, he like we've seen him when he's in City Hall and when he's like in his Kingpin henchman mode, he's always wearing that suit. And I kind of love that he's wearing like his regular Daniel clothes in this end part of his life where he's deciding to be a better man. And he's not, he's out of the Kingpin uniform right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that too. I hadn't really thought about it until you're saying it now, but yes, it's showing kind of that he's not in that mindset. So it definitely...
It could be reading too much into it. It could just be...
No, I think you're right. I think it's showing that he's him, like the different version of him than he normally is. So yes, I like that. I think you're right. Okay, then back in the courtroom. They have, I think they just have a recess, right? Because I know they're not done with the case because she later talks to Heather. So I guess
they adjourned for the day.
Yeah, they adjourned for the day, but
that was like opening statements or something,
right? Yeah.
Oh no, there was some cross-exam. There was some examination.
They were just
ending for now. They're ending for now, but the case is not over. Was my point. But all the cops, they're all looking at Matt that it is very clear that as soon as he leaves, they're going to jump him and try to kill him.
Yeah.
So,
It's
so
awesome.
the thing is I keep forgetting, or I don't think I was ever sure. Does Cole or does not Cole? Shit.
Cow?
I would have called Paul too. Yeah, Pal. Does Pal know who he is?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I
This is
thought. So
told,
I'm
this
not
is
sure
told him.
why they acted like they thought it was going to go so easy, but they're basically like, "We're waiting for you. We're going to kill you outside." So he goes out with Cherry and with Kirsten, and they kind of sneak around, and
And the other
uh,
cop,
yeah, other cop
it wasn't
cop
just
gets
Cherry, it was a group of them.
shot. Yeah, but they end up they shoot at them, and at any rate, they do get them away, and then we switch to the governor here, and we
It was
see
a very
somebody.
exciting scene.
It was a good
Yeah.
shootout, and they were all. I think Cherry might have got shot in the arm or something, but they were all okay. They were all.
I know
alive.
Matt got shot.
Matt got shot in like
Matt got shot in the leg. That's right. That's very important. Sorry, I forgot that. Matt got
it was
shot.
such a brazen. It was so brazen, and like, where did that come from? Like, Kingpin's whole thing was that he was going to take Karen through a trial, and it is like he just so mad that now he's like, go ahead and kill him, or
Yeah, pretty much. It didn't go his way. He's pissed.
I mean, it's not.
He's
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
"White
he's just,
girl, I'm
just
gonna
trying to kill
you.
Matt.
You didn't do what I thought you would." So yeah. All right. So then we see the governor, and we see somebody sneak up behind her to kill her. And I think that you were supposed to think that was Bullseye. But I think at this point, you immediately think, oh, Bullseye is going to protect her from this person, which is what happens. He kills this person, and then he's like, yeah. So he did his good deed. She's fine.
I'm cool. I helped save a person.
Cool. Because there was a conversation somewhere where he told somebody to take her out, and I don't remember when it was, but I vaguely remember him telling somebody to take her out or to send somebody to take her out. Maybe he told Buck on the phone. I don't remember, but
it was like a bonus.
Well, there was the deputy governor or governor junior, whatever. Thank you, lieutenant governor, who I wouldn't be surprised if it turns out he's the one that tried to kill her himself, because he was all gung ho to take over for her.
Oh, so you don't think it's Kingpin that had somebody kill her?
Oh yeah, no, he was there. No, he's in bed with Buck and the Kingpin.
Oh, okay. You're saying he was part of it. Got it.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Jamie, it was like a little bonus for Blind Spot because he got to like save a person's life, but he also got
shaking our head at you, Karen.
But he also got to kill a guy. He got to kill a guy while he was at it. So
that's true. Yeah, so you got to have a little fun there, I guess.
Yeah.
All right. So then we have Buck and Daniel, and we're all like, oh no. And he's like, where's she at? And she's like, she's not coming. And I mean, look, you knew how this was going to go. They knew how this was going to go. We knew how this was going to go.
There was a part of me.
There was a part of me that thought he was going to convince Buck not to do it.
Well, I think not so much convince Buck, but I felt like there was a part of Buck that wasn't going to be able to kill Daniel, because I think he really has, grown to really like Daniel.
Well, I wanted to ask you about that. I don't know, Jamie, what shots you have remaining of this scene, but I thought when Buck's got him on the ground and he has the gun, I felt like he hesitated for a minute or two before he shot Daniel,
definitely did.
And that he had like a pained look on his face, or a look like he looked like he kind of didn't want to do it, and then he does it, and then he sighs. He lets out this sigh afterwards. I agree with you. I think he is fond. I agree with you, Jamie, that he's fond of Daniel.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a part of me that really was hoping he wouldn't. I don't think I actually believed that. I think that was just I wanted that.
Well, you know what's funny, actually? If you didn't see Daniel's head go,
then you could have said he faked it.
I could see Daniel not being dead. Like, he could have shot into the floorboard or something, and then they don't show us that scene again until next episode. But the fact that his head jolted, I was like, yeah, no, he's done.
He's dead. Yeah, I agree, because I thought they could even fake it or something, but no, he's dead. The way they did it, I believe he's dead. I mean, it is Marvel. I guess it's possible he's not.
No, it's not possible. This is
dead. I think he's dead.
Dead is dead.
Dead is dead. All right. So then Karen talks to Heather, who goes to do her task, and Karen tries to kind of talk her way out of it. I don't know if she actually thought that maybe she could convince her. That's what I thought was maybe going to happen. didn't. But it was
She's
it
fucking
didn't-
with Heather. She's fucking with Heather.
Yeah, she's just having
Yeah,
fun
by
with
the
it.
end, I realized that. But
Karen
first,
doesn't expect any of it to, oh, she's not going to appeal to her. I mean, she even cracks a fucking joke about how Matt must have really hurt her.
yeah.
I mean, Karen says like, "Oh, I know this test. I've taken this test. I've given this." She doesn't say exactly that, but she's like, "This test
Yeah.
is not reliable." She knows the testing as well as Heather. I felt like she goes in like, "Let me undermine Heather's like superiority from the start."
Yeah, because she's gonna fuck me anyway. So it's kind
Well,
of
and that the only way that like Heather's whole MO here is like, I'm superior, right? So to undermine her and take her down is gonna
piss her off.
Make her smack you.
I don't know that. I'm not sure how much good it's going to do in the sense. I don't think she can be like, she hit me. So, but
when you,
No,
is
she
that?
doesn't
When you go back, it's hugely important that what happens.
Karen's laughing at her.
yes, no, I meant, but I didn't see like case wise.
I mean, this is like another. I mean, this is Karen is luring her to. I mean, so Heather does get under Karen's skin with the thing about her brother, which you guys might know more about than I do.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't know if I was supposed to, and it's because I didn't see the last.
You just don't remember
yet. Well, I didn't see the final season of the original series.
Oh, you did?
Not the final
season.
Season.
Not watched that.
Oh.
No, I watched one and most of two, and then that was when I had switched to Luke Cage and didn't finish it yet.
I'm being tested by her boyfriend's conflict at all. True, the level of professionalism, but I felt like Karen was like egging Heather on and goading her.
Oh yeah.
And like so much of Heather's storyline now is about like this, but like she's so like anti-vigilante and anti-violence, but we're seeing now this violence in her that's beginning to come out. First with the choking, and now she attacks Karen, and like I feel like there's that simmering violence that's coming up in. Like to me, this was total premonition of her becoming some version of Muse next season, right?
Yeah. Either way, I think that as much as you can, I mean, look, she still beat her up, but I mean, technically Karen, I'm going to say quote unquote, won the round because she did pick her off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then
absolutely.
Yeah. And then Daniel's like, you don't have to kill me.
Yes, I do. Bang, bang.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep. Poor Buck. Had to kill your friend.
It kind of looks like there's blood on the ceiling. I don't know. And then Karen here in bed after she's been punched in the face. She's happy because it worked. Because she's got like smiling, like, oh yeah, she's pissed. So
yeah.
And there's knowing Daniel is dead.
Yep. Is that the end?
That's my last picture, yeah. And Fletcher, to answer that, we're doing Widow's Bay, but we're doing Monarch first. And unless you guys have a problem with that, we're going to do Monarch and then we'll do Widow's Bay. I can put it in the chat when we're ready to switch.
So Fletcher asked, what was your favorite part of this episode? AJ.
Courtroom.
Jamie.
Yeah, I think like Kingpin's reaction to Matt walking in, I think was my favorite part.
I think Daniel's death is my favorite part of this episode. It's been coming for a long time. We've talked. I definitely believed that he was going to have a redemptive death in the end. Is he totally redeemed? No, but he had this, I mean, he and Bullseye had a similar thing this episode, different ending. And so for me, it's my favorite part because it was a good ending to a character who like needed to go. They didn't drag him out. They didn't ruin it. It was a good ending for Daniel.
Fair.
Stop the presses. Fletch agrees with me.
Woo! All right, I'm going to put it there. I always put up when people say I agree with Karen, so I'm putting up I agree with AJ.
All right. Time for Monarch.
All right.
Monarch. I just watched that today also. So hopefully I'll be able to remember it.
I'm going to switch pictures. I wish I had as much time to rewatch shows as you guys do. I feel like I never have time to rewatch.
I never rewatch anything.
It was my first watch today of Monarch.
Oh, you hadn't seen it before. Well, still, it's a lot fresher, but I had wanted to rewatch it and I didn't. I don't even remember. I remember I was going to go to Doc's watch party the other night, and there was some reason I couldn't. I don't remember. Maybe that was when we were with my cousin. I can't remember for sure, but I didn't get to see it again. Was my point. All righty. Let me hold on one second. I'm switching my picture here.
Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, otherwise known as Kantaro and Friends.
This was the season finale.
Yes.
I forget the name of it. But it sure, I mean, if you didn't know it was the finale going in, it sure felt like a finale. I mean, this was a finale, right?
Uh-huh. Yeah, definitely.
And stupid, too. Not the whole episode, just parts of it.
All right.
Every part that Kentaro speaks a line.
Yeah.
Aside from those, like, you know, the Magic Rift.
Oh, you got a problem with the rift? Yeah.
I had a problem with young Lee in the fucking rift. That was dumb.
All right. I have to agree with you that it didn't really make sense why that could happen. And I'm looking forward to talking about it when we get to that part of the episode because I had a lot of thoughts while it was happening. But I'll agree with you that is not a highlight of this episode.
Yeah, it kind of feels like they did it because it was cool.
I know why they did it.
Sense, you know. I don't know that it.
I know why they did it, and I don't like that they did it. It really makes me worried about where this show is going.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it more when it happens. But I'll agree with you. In terms of overall impressions, that was probably a weak point of this episode. Other weak points include the misuse of Amber Midthunder every time she's on screen, and the Kentaro personality transplant are, for me, the real problems I have with the way the second half of the season has gone. Jamie?
I was going to say the part that I did like, though, is I did like seeing the Titans and not Godzilla, Kong and that. But yeah, I agree. A lot of the stuff with Midthunder's character and Kentaro were, annoying. Like, I get it. He wants to save his dad, but a lot of that storyline is it's weak. But
I also thought
the show, though.
I also thought I'm happy that Titan X got her egg back, but I bet Jamie's really happy.
Yes, I was happy she got it back. That is an important part. You have to save the baby.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So, this is, my notes start in a little bit different spot.
Right.
They're trying to send, their idea is to go against what is her, Isabel? I was going to say, what is her name? So I quit saying Midthunder. Isabel, because they want to try to send Titan X back to Axis Monday and where Isabel wants to lure in Kong in order to kill Kong because they want to use the rift, was kind of where we left off last time. And so none of it is able to work. And I don't remember why the hell they're running through the jungle, though. Oh,
because the giant rolling caterpillars came.
Yes, I do remember the giant rolling caterpillar, but I don't remember why they were in the woods. But I see that. But I could not get a picture of it not like moving like that. Like that's frame by frame. That's what it kept looking like.
Doc, if there's another name, can you put it in the chat so I don't have to call them giant rolling caterpillars? But I loved them. I thought they were a great creature. I love like their form of locomotion. I loved. I really liked those little fuzzy guys.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool creature, I guess. Is the best way there to describe it.
I call them little fuzzy guys, but they're giant spiky guys. And I liked this, AJ. So Jamie hasn't seen the movies, but AJ, looking at this, I'm like, oh, that's one of the choppers that crashed from the Skull Island movie, probably, right?
I hadn't even thought about that.
It looks like it's been there a long time, and I was like, that's like what's his name was flying those helicopters, and they crashed.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, Kelly and Kimberly are both saying in the chat they like the rolling caterpillar guys also.
Doc says stampede caterpillars. Is that really what it's called, or is that what you're calling it? I'm guessing that's probably not really what it's called either.
Or what the community is calling them, maybe.
Yeah, because I like that.
Knowing Doc, that's probably what they're called.
I know, Doc
Maybe.
knows.
I just the name doesn't sound like I don't know. Kaiju.
I like fuzzy rolling. I like fuzzy rolling caterpillars.
Okay.
Yes, I do too. I like fuzzy rolling caterpillars.
The
No, it is
FRCs.
real. Okay, it's the real name.
It's a real name. Real name.
All right. We'll
All
call
right.
them
The
that.
FRCs are called the stampede caterpillars. Well, we all like them. They're cool.
So
Yeah.
anyway, they jump in the helicopter to be safe. And then we have Apex using the
Not Apex.
not Apex.
Isabel.
It's whatever Isabel's team is called that we don't know.
Team
Yeah.
Isabel.
Which I thought
Yeah.
I swear I had a picture of them sending out the signal, but sending out the signal that is attracting Kong to come over. And I have pictures of Kong, but not pictures of that. That is an awesome shot, right? I love that. That's great.
Yes, it is.
They got some really awesome monster shots in this episode. I got a lot of the monsters.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so anyway, they track them both together and then they want them to fight. And there is a conversation here somewhere where Keiko is, I don't know if that's here. No, I don't know. I did my what I have for the little bit of notes I have do not match the order of the pictures. But at some point, Keiko is talking to Shaw about how Kate can hear the beast call and kind of talks about some of what has going on, is explaining it to Shaw because he wasn't there before. Hold on a second. And then we have Kate and Kentaro arguing as normal that he wants to use the rift to save their dad, and Kate realizes that's not what Isabel is trying to do and doesn't listen to him. So he tells Isabel to, I don't know if he tells Isabel or he tells Isabel's people, but either way, they take her. So
Yeah,
she's
he
not.
he calls over the radio and says, "I've got her. She's with the egg."
Yeah,
he's such a dick.
He's Kentaro.
But you know what? My brother would totally do that to me.
Yeah, but did your brother also think he can go back in time and save somebody?
No. Probably not. I'm sure he's never heard of Monarch.
I can tell you with absolute certainty, my brother wouldn't do it.
Yeah, your non-brother.
I do not have a brother.
I mean, this is a real dick move on Kentaro's part, right? And it's hard for me to see it from Kentaro's point of view. Like, I know that we try to see that the bad guy, the adversary, always think they're doing the right thing, and Kentaro does think he's doing the right thing. But like when Kate says Isabel's using you, she's like, I'm like, yeah, Kate's right. Listen to Kate. Isabel is totally. I mean, Isabel basically she's basically told him that she's using him. She's like, "Oh, I want you to be the face of my company so I can make money," right? Like,
yeah.
And Kentaro's like, "It's all worth it if I can just get your head back."
What are you going to do, Karen, when they save his father?
I'm gonna smash my computer and rant on this show and not watch the rest of the season.
Don't smash your computer. Well, there is no more season. This was the finale.
Next season, when it's revealed in the middle of next season that somehow
Gotcha.
I want to talk about this later. I want to talk about because the whole the rules seem
It's
very
bad.
loose, and it's
No, the rules are changed.
yeah, which is worse. But I mean, this part of the show is the annoying part. Like the Titan part is great, and there was some other great stuff that happened in this episode, and the ending was great, right? But this part is really pretty weak. The whole Kentaro personality brain transplant is very annoying. Yes. And the tiny whiny also the quest to rescue their father. I'm sorry, it's so last season, right? Do we have to go through this again? Like now they're going to try to rescue their father again? Look at that old picture. Look at that picture of Jamie that she put up.
I was having fun. I forgot that I did that. I was bored the other day, and I was putting myself in screenshots and stuff.
LOL. Doc says they have rules to their time nonsense. Exactly, Doc. They don't. They just change
not good rules, right?
Yeah. And if you've been watching our show for any amount of time, you guys in the chat and who are watching this know that the three of us are very we're kind of all about rules, and we can be very forgiving for things that happen as long as you stay within the rules as you define them on your show.
Yeah. And the rule is Access Monday, years go by. That's the rule.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then you get out and you go home, and there's Anyway, we'll talk about that when we get to that.
Anyway, so they have Kate temporarily captured. And then here's the thing where Keiko and Lee are talking about them using they're trying to draw the Titan where they want it, which they already did to capture the egg. That worked. So it's not. Oh, there's Isabel. And there they are pulling Kate away, and they don't do a good job locking her up because she gets away like almost immediately. They give her like a place with all this shit that she can use to get away, right?
Right? There's like all kinds of. They just threw in like some sort of disused, humongous janitor office or whatever it is, right? Like there are no I would think a Monarch base would have plenty of cells to lock people up in.
You would think so, wouldn't you? So meanwhile, Tim and why am I blanking on her name? May.
Do you guys ever get weird? Do you guys ever?
What?
Go ahead. I'll hold my thought. Well, I was just going to that previous picture, that previous photo. I just every now and then I get very nervous that the show might be moving these two towards a resumption of their romantic.
I've kind of questioned that, but I think, at least at this point, if it stays there, that it's kind of more like, just to me, is more like the sadness over what they lost because they lost time, like they can't get it back type of thing. And I think they maybe feel that, trying to think the right way to describe what I'm saying, but they feel that loss, not that they feel necessarily like they're madly in love with each other, but just they feel what they could have had that they didn't have because they lost time. And obviously she still loves Billy, because for her, it hasn't been that long. I mean, maybe for him, it's been forever, but they can't.
The relation. Listen, there's always that lingering love, but the relationship has changed.
Well, and they've been putting in a lot of this like revisionist past of Lee saying goodbye, like by Lee talking to young Lee and getting young Lee to say goodbye, and sort of like it's a way to change his feelings to like almost. It's not a retcon, but it is a way to like change Lee's feelings by having him suddenly have made a decision in the past that he hadn't previously made. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but every now and then I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah, you kind of wonder if they're maybe going there. I don't know that I want them to go there, but I've kind of wondered that too. Doc said,
wait, no, go to this one first.
Doc says he's not getting that. She clearly only wants young Lee. There's a scene later where it looks like Shaw expects to kiss and she just walks away.
Yes. That's
where Kimberly.
Yes. Let's hug the imaginary thing in the fucking or let's kiss the imaginary being in the rift who's not really there.
True. Kimberly says that she can see that if they somehow bring Bill back and add to that conflict. If they bring John Goodman back, maybe.
Yes.
And then Fletcher's like, rules?
Fletcher doesn't even watch this show.
But you
can't question the time travel rules if you haven't seen it, Fletch.
Listen, there is no time travel yet.
It's kind of like
Fletch. This is a show where I can say yet, not that other one. That one had no time travel.
All right.
Right. So
Tim and May. It's like I forgot May's name before. Now I'm forgetting Tim's name. So Tim and May are going to the old facility because he knows that the old facility's there because he had worked there before. Yeah. And they are. Let's see. That's where they're headed. And then they stop Isabel's people in the car and hold them at gunpoint. And I think they do that to get the car, don't they? Or to get the Jeep, don't they?
Yeah,
Is
it was kind of a fun little scene, actually. I
Yes, I like the scene. He's like,
Yeah.
Tim's becoming brave and more forthright. I like it. It's rude to stop someone with a gun.
Brave.
Yeah,
Tim
Fletch.
is brave for a moment.
It's okay to stop someone with a gun when they're the asshole guys.
Tim is brave for a moment, and then he's like, "What did I just do?"
Yeah, but he's becoming a better. He's growing into his role, right? He's becoming a better leader.
Yeah, he is being a better leader. I agree with that. All right. So meanwhile, they are talking about I think this is where I before thought it was where they're talking about Kate and what had happened with her being able to hear the signal and everything. And meanwhile he tells her about how he saw his young self and that he made the choice to leave her there, that he saw her too. And she's not too happy that he made that decision because she feels like it wasn't his decision to make, which
it absolutely was his decision to make.
Yeah, I feel multiple ways about that. I can also see and understand how she feels, but yeah, it was his decision to make. I agree with you.
Well, because
it was him.
And what she's really feeling, what she says, like, I could have come home, I could have been with Hiroshi. Maybe his life would have been different. Maybe he, right? I mean, she's not. I get what she's feeling and why she says that, but he's right.
He screwed up the timeline. Like he had to make the decision.
He said, like, the only way I could be sure that you were rescued is if I left it alone and let you be rescued the way you always were rescued. Right? Yeah. This was a very what happened. It's a very thing that the three of us this is how we think about time a lot of times, right? The three of us are down.
What happened happened.
What happened
yeah,
happened.
It's kind of sad though. To say that though, and to be like, no, I had to leave you there because otherwise I didn't know you would get rescued. Like I already knew you were rescued, so that way worked better.
Even though it couldn't have happened because he shouldn't have been able to talk to himself because they did. But you know what though? I'll give him I don't know, 2% of credit. They tried to explain it. Lee says, how did he put it? He said that Suzuki said it was some kind of, and then he says some kind of scientific term. Like basically just, I feel like the writers were like, all right, for all you people that are going to complain about this, here's your explanation with no explanation. It's like a scientific. I was just going to say, here's why it happened. Science, bitch. That's
I want a t-shirt that says that, science, bitch. I like that. That's what we need. All right. So at any rate,
they probably have them out there. It's a very popular line from Breaking Bad.
Oh, that's right. You did say it was from Breaking Bad.
Never seen it. All right. Here we have Isabel.
Mm-hmm.
I keep waiting for Isabel to do something great because we've got
I don't think it's gonna
Amber Midthunder, who I love, and Isabel is like she's a little comic book character. Well, I mean, I shouldn't call her character book. She is in line with the type of villain that we have in the Legendary Monsterverse, right? Like she's very Apexy. I mean, her father is Apex, right?
Yes.
So I get it. But she's the worst. She's way worse than Brenda. At least Brenda's a genius scientist, right?
Yeah, but Brenda also, I feel like, admits she's done shit. Like Isabel's just,
You know what? But you know what makes, Kintaro is an idiot. But you know what makes Isabel compelling? She genuinely believes she can do this.
Yeah.
Well, that might be one thing Doc has in mind when he says Isabel is a great villain.
Yes.
I'll agree with you there, AJ. She does believe she can do it. She has a lot of confidence, which is, if you're going to be an evil mastermind, you do need that self-confidence. Yeah. And she's good. And look, I love Amber Midthunder so much that I'm really predisposed to, I want her to be a great villain. What she's great at is manipulating useless young men. And look, she's great at.
It doesn't work on Kate.
Well, and we didn't see the part where she used her personal fortune to assemble this scientific team, and like she enters already a fully accomplished villain. Like we didn't see her climb the villain ladder, right?
Yeah, Kimberly says Isabel grew up with entitlement. That is definitely.
Oh yeah,
true.
her father. Like she mentions that she's using her trust fund to fund all of this, right?
Yeah, nipple baby.
I'm gonna put a star there on Doc. We're gonna come back to some of Doc's comments.
Yeah.
That's
the plan. All right. So then we have Kate here trying to get out.
Good thing she's like super skinny and can fit through an air vent.
Yeah, I know, right?
No matter how many times I see this, it always takes suspension of disbelief.
That a human can crawl through.
Yeah. I blame Die Hard.
Yeah, I look at the
movie ever.
Apartment right now, and they're like the size of a shoebox.
Yeah, I know. Our vents are like that big, you can't get through.
But even like a big building like a hotel or something, they're still not big enough for a person to crawl through.
Nah, maybe a little kid, but I don't think even that usually. All right. So then, because if they were, then they'd be crawl spaces instead of vents. All right. So I lost where I was.
Assuming
they are driving along and they're like, oh well, they went to look for, a rift. Based on time and everything, they should be right here, and then almost run them over.
Yes. So then they all end up after that together.
And he says, "Where'd you get the Jeep?" And he goes, "They gave it to us by gunpoint."
I forgot about that.
At gunpoint.
Yeah, and then there's more of Kate crawling, and then more of Isabel being annoying. Let's see. So she makes her way up.
I love this part.
Where she pops
Yay,
out.
I made it. Oh shit.
Oh yeah, when she closes the door, she's like, "Oh no."
Titan there, and they're like, oh, like they see them and are kind of like, oh shit, or they see her rather. And there's Gong.
They're like, oh, through the binoculars, Lee's like, somebody's out there. That's a great shot.
No, it is. It is. That's why I said I took a lot of shots of the monsters in this one just because they look so cool. I do think they did a pretty good job with that. Doc said, I cleaned the reachable parts of vents in the ER I used to clean. They were large, but really thin metal attached in a way that would fall apart if a person climbed on it.
Well, that's a good point. Like ductwork is not typically strong enough to support a human weight, the weight of a human body.
Only in the movies and TV.
Only in the movies.
Yep. You would plummet into darkness. Yeah, you cannot do that. All right. So Kate is running, and they distract it, right? Isn't that what they distract it? Why? I know Keiko tries to go after her.
Yeah. They can't distract him. He's going like single-mindedly in this fight against Titan X.
I'm just trying to remember what they're doing in the meanwhile. I was thinking they were distracting it. I know that Keiko tries to.
No, they're trying to get Keiko.
Okay. No, they're trying to get
Kate. Yeah. There's no distracting Kong from this fight.
They're driving around trying to get her. There's Kong like, and then him rapping.
Good shots. It was a good fight.
It was. She almost gets killed. She ends up down there.
Luckily, she falls in a ditch where like she's a little bit safe.
Yes, for the time being.
Yeah.
And then Kentaro, I think he sees that it's going on, right? And he's not pleased. He's starting to question Isabel to begin with at this point.
I think that he's committed to his plan, but not so much that he's willing for his sister to die, right? Like he says, he says at some point in this episode, Kentaro says, Kong and Titan X are expendable if I can get Dad back, right? He says that earlier to Kate.
Yeah.
And I kind of was like, okay, wow, you're a total jerk. That you are willing to like kill whatever living, like they're living, they're they're very rare living creatures, and Kate is on the side of like that their lives are worth something and that we should help them and let them live where they like, it's the whole like Sarazawa versus like whoever thing. Like let them fight, let them live, let them do their thing. They have a point, they have a reason to exist in the balance of nature versus like Kintaro's a little bit more, I'm not saying he's apexy, but he's a little bit more like we are like I'm a human and what I want is more important than anything else.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry I took so long to get to my point, but I had to like
talk. Yeah, he doesn't want to sacrifice his sister though to do it.
Yes.
All right. So then they come in because May is going to I lost where it was again.
They need to like turn off the making Titan X enraged.
Yeah, that's because right now Titan X has got a lot of aggression and is fighting Kong. And really, Titan X just wants to protect its egg. They want, well, not protect its egg. It wants its egg back.
Yeah.
I think Titan X is not really thinking about that right now. I think they've overloaded Titan X's neurons so heavily that it just wants to fight.
Yeah. And she's trying to get him to keep going with her, but oh god, I don't know. Like,
well, at some point,
I'm sorry.
I'm not sure if we've gotten to the point where Isabel kind of has a little freak out. We might not be there yet.
That might be Isabel's freak out. I'm not sure.
There's a point where Isabel says, like, oh my god, my dad's gonna find out, right? She's like, oh my god, this fails. My dad's gonna find out, and he won't.
He's gonna be so mad. He's gonna ground me.
Right? He won't help us. We'll have to take the fall. We better run. Like she weasels out big time.
Yeah, she does at the end.
It was kind of hilarious, but I mean, so her father's very. I mean, he's Walter Simmons, right?
Yeah.
Like, he's very powerful. Jamie, I know you haven't watched any of these movies, but no, I don't think you needed to understand who he is based on her reaction.
I like Doc's comment there. I'm waiting for Kate to have a musical number where she sings to a kaiju.
Well, they do keep talking about the kaiju song, the Titan song.
They do. They do. Hopefully not literally. All right. So they... Oh, that's on there.
Well, they get... This is where they're faking it. Like, so Tim has gotten into the command center. These two are fleeing. And Isabel says... Right? This is where she says, oh my God, thank God, we're so scared there, but until she gets close enough to punch the guy out. Actually, she chops him in the throat, right? She throat punches him.
Yeah. Yeah, these are like the real Monarch, other than the people that are pretending to be at the Monarch base. Well, they're not exactly pretending to be, but they're at the Monarch base. So it's like you said, they're overloading it with aggression, and May is trying to get it off, turn it off. In order to stop it from doing that. And they're still fighting. And they're still trying to get Kate. And then eventually Keiko grabs Kate and they run. That's a good shot too. And they're more still pissed.
Poor Titan. I feel sorry for Titan X in all these scenes.
Yeah, and you could tell when Titan's pissed because he's red. Or she's red. When she's blue, she's calm. But right now
she's into it. They're making her fight.
Yep. And there's a hatch. That's what I immediately thought was like the hatch. Or not the hatch, the one of the other, one of the other
station.
Oh, right. She's got her egg in that shot, Jamie.
Yeah, she's protecting. She gets and protects the egg, and then whenever Kong finally sees like what she's trying to do, he's like, "Oh, okay," and like kind of leaves it more alone.
Well, also it's funny because her getting the egg back she overrides the implant.
Yeah. But yeah, the point is that she or Kong rather doesn't want to kill Titan X, and Titan X isn't doing anything wrong once he finds out what it is.
But, I mean, Kong was kind of doing the same thing Godzilla did,
Yeah.
She started it.
I mean, so Titan X gets her egg immediately, but there was also this part where the whole system was overloading. May wasn't able to like turn off the probe to, she said it's just like what happened in wherever we were, and Soledad. And then there's this bit where like Titaness gets so mad that she fries the implant and she fries the entire system. Like female rage blew their whole system.
You know what while I was watching, I actually said, I was like, why don't you just unplug it?
Yeah. Doc feels like the fight could have been choreographed in a more entertaining way, though.
I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was good, but I mean, that's a fair comment. It was intercut a lot with the Jeep and the rescue of Kate, right?
Well, that's how a lot of it's done with the kaijus in the show.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cuts.
Yeah, I like Doc. Kong is a good king once he realized what was going on. He's like, oh, okay, sorry about that. Yeah, he's like, okay, I'm done. Bye.
Yeah. I like how Keiko verifies and provides an oversimplified version of my Titan X resonance theories. Well, I mean, we always like when our theories are verified, but Doc has done a lot of, thinking and explanation and shared with us a lot about his theories about Titan X's resonance, wavelength, whatever. I'm not explaining it. And that Kate is sensitive, that women are generally more sensitive, that Kate is more sensitive, and why she's able to pick up on this. I agree, Doc. It does verify it. I mean, Kate is really. I mean, they have that little weirdo ET moment, which I maybe could have done without, but. But Doc says the fight scenes were emotionally painful to watch because of that. Yes, I mean, it was painful because, it was painful to see a creature that's forced to fight, right? It was almost like dog fighting, right? It was really uncool, but also, I thought we'd see a little more of Kate's pain, like that Kate picks up on that pain, right?
Yeah. So, all right. All the cool stuff is done. Now we have to move on to the crappy stuff.
Okay.
I didn't realize when I was looking at this, I didn't realize that Kong was there up on the hill like that. That looks really cool.
All right. So we have this helicopter business.
Yeah, they need to get it back to Access Monday. This is where Kentaro tells her about how their father was actually in Access Monday for a few years and that he lost time, and he's trying to explain why he's doing it. And she still, knows that it's not going to work and they can't do that. So it doesn't really help.
This is when Kentaro says, there's a version of Dad still there. We're going to find it and pull him out. That's not how it works.
Makes no sense, right?
What she says, you can't do that.
Because she's right.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I mean,
how are you going to find a point where he is still there? He can't still be there because he already came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. The idea that there's a version of him who's still there, I don't get that at all. It really implies time travel in a way that's very different from what Isabel. I mean, Isabel is implying a time, almost like a pocket universe that you go in and you hang out and you come back out after they get a cure for cancer, right?
So let me ask you.
Get Isabel's whole thing. Go ahead.
Let me ask you. So, do you think that it's just Kentaro believes this because he wants to believe it, and Isabel talked him into believing it because she wants him to do what she wants? Or do you think that the writers are going to go in a way that doesn't necessarily make total science sense and are going to try to do that next season? Because I kind of wonder if that is where they're headed. I'm not saying it makes sense science-wise. What do you think? Do you think that's where they're headed, or?
Unfortunately, yes. Yes, I do think that's where they're headed. And the reason I feel that way is because of all this Lee bullshit.
I mean, I think that the movies that haven't happened yet in this timeline, right, where we are in the show, not this timeline, but the show, I feel like the movies and nothing that we've seen later supports this whole time thing. As much as we know about Hollow Earth and that we learn later, this whole a version of you business is not supported by what's coming later, right?
No.
AJ? And I think I would love for the story to be that Isabel conned him and he fell for it and he has to reckon with that. I would love for Kentaro to get his comeuppance. But I agree with AJ that unfortunately I think they're going to go this way. And it makes no sense.
Yeah, they're using this whole Lee talking to Lee, and then this vision of him in the rift, they're using that as.
Well, yeah, I mean that's kind of showing that they maybe supposedly could pull somebody out of time. It doesn't make
But
sense.
it makes no sense. They have yet to give any
I-
scientific reason behind it.
Or
And I'm afraid that most scientific reason we're going to get is, I wish I should have wrote the line down, but whatever Lee says to Keiko when he's like, "Oh, Suzuki said blah 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 blah," and I feel like that's our reason. And it wasn't even a good reason. It was just like, it felt like a throwaway line, just so later on when we bitch about it, they can go, no, Suzuki said.
These seeds were planted a long time ago. Yeah.
Look, I don't need a real scientific reason. I'd be happy with a pseudo-scientific reason, which
Yes,
think is
I would too, which they have not given us.
If they gave it, if anybody articulated it, if it made any sense.
It has to make sense too. Not just because here's the answer, pseudoscience, because we said so.
Well, I think that Kate and Lee and May have been to Access Mundi, and what they experienced also doesn't support that there's a version of someone hanging around down there, right?
Exactly.
And that you can pluck someone. Basically, they're talking about going back in time, and that's just not what Access Mundi is, right?
The only Access Mundi storyline I could get down with pulling somebody out that is if Bill's still alive, that he fell into a rift when we thought he died.
Yeah.
Snow Island.
And then we get, and I think that could happen, actually. I mean, I'm not saying I believe 100% it'll happen, but
for a show that has Kurt Russell, they could bring in John Goodman. I mean, it could happen.
No, I mean young Bill.
Bill.
I think for
that Bill.
No, Bill died as John Goodman.
But we didn't see him. Did we see him die? We just
saw him. We don't know exactly. We see him throw the briefcase into the water, and then
the crab thing comes, right?
Yeah. We don't actually see him die, which is why I'm saying he could have fallen into a rift or something happened.
So John Goodman could be in the rift.
I'm just saying.
Jamie said a show that has Kurt Russell can get John Goodman. No, you'd have to get rid of Kurt Russell to get John Goodman, because I don't think they can afford them both at the same time.
Maybe they could have him as a guest star. Maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what Goodman's schedule is work wise and whatever, but I kind of think that maybe you can't get the two. I think AJ, it is right.
You might be right. It's too much.
Unless they're BFF and they just want to do it, but I don't think he's coming back.
Doc, do we actually see it happen? I don't remember.
I think the skull crawler that swallowed. He says, I think the skull crawler that swallowed Bill got destroyed by Kong. So maybe he manages to crawl out. Bill gets eaten by a skull crawler in Conquerland. Does he get eaten? I remember him being on the cliff and the thing falls in the water. The bag goes in the water and he's there. And I think the cliff maybe collapsed. Does he get eaten? I mean, Doc's probably. Look, do I know? Doc, I've got to
we have to defer to Doc.
And there's the skull crawler pit where they found the camera. So does it imply that he was eaten and spit out or digested? Or
that's a good point. That's probably why the camera's there.
Yeah.
Maybe they just ate the camera. My point is, did we physically? I don't remember if we physically see the skull crawler eat them.
I don't know, but
anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Anyway, Kintara's wrong. Isabel's wrong. You can't just time. They'd have to time travel. They need a time machine to go pluck someone out of Access Mundi, right? But Kimberly's got a great point. But since we do not
that's kind of what I was saying.
Couldn't they explain it by saying he fell into the other dimension? Yes. Yeah, he is eaten with no fanfare during the Skullcrawler pit scene at the end of the movie, but they don't show it.
I just couldn't remember.
I mean, I think Kimberly's right. They could just explain it away like that. Oh yeah, he fell into another dimension. Oh yeah, he fell through the rift. Skullcrawler pit's right by the rift. He must have just fallen at the last possible second before he died. All right.
Ow.
All righty. So, yeah, that's not going to work.
All right, let's hurry up and get done with the crappy part.
Okay. Let's see. I lost where I was. So they need to get Titan X back in the rift. So they basically, since they use Kate, because it'll follow Kate, they find out.
Well, first they play the song. They want to play the song and have it follow the song.
Yeah, and then they blew the
recording that Keiko made by the well, the magic well. It's not a magic well, but the well they went to. She made that recording. Originally, they're playing that recording until. By the way, can you really fry an amp by turning up the volume too high? I don't think so. Yeah.
Yes, you can. Oh, absolutely.
With sparks actually shooting out of it.
Haven't you ever seen Back to the Future?
That doesn't make it real. I do think you can do what I don't know
you
about.
Can. You can blow an amp.
I just thought the exploding kind of amp part of it was the part I didn't buy, but whatever. Okay. Anyway, they're trying to make Titan X follow them to the rift because she's going the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm. And there is a really good shot of Titan X. But look, Titan X is not pissed. It's got blue. Yeah. She has like eyelashes.
It's bestie.
But look, she's got like eyelashes. That's interesting in the design. I never noticed.
She's a beauty.
It's because it's a female. All right, so they lure her to go the way they want. And then, oh crap, I swear I had the picture. Oh no, is this out of order maybe? Because I thought she was in the helicopter when this happened. Sorry, that's why I thought it was out of order.
This is when they have their little like ET touching moment.
Yeah, the rift opens and then they do their little goodbye there.
I thought that was kind of hokey. Did you guys think it was hokey?
Yeah.
No, I was okay with it.
It was cute, but it was kind of hokey. It was both. Yeah, I see.
Not the worst thing that happened in this episode.
Yeah, that's true. And then the rift. And she said he's gone. But in the rift, they see Lee. And then Keiko's like, Lee.
Which makes no sense.
Yeah. So the rift is opened by the presence of Titan X, really.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
I really have to wonder about Lee appearing in the rift. A projection of Lee, like he'd have to be. I don't even want. Why am I even trying to explain it? It just makes no sense. But I got to tell you guys, I thought for a split second that he might walk out and old Lee would like change places with him.
That would be worse. That would make less sense, Aaron.
So they could like, I was like, what's going to happen here? Is he coming back? Is he going to like walk out? Is he going to join them? Is he going to, right? Like, why can't he walk out? If he's standing right there, why doesn't he walk out?
I don't know. Can you? Well, yeah, they could. I guess they could use a rift to travel through a different time. I don't know. They haven't tried.
Duck's calling it a holofoil version.
No, I guess technically they have, because when they went out before, they had skipped so many years. So I guess it's sort of the same thing. You're right. He should be able to walk out. But
why wouldn't Lee always be trying to escape? Like Lee, the entire time Lee was down there, he was trying to escape, and then finally he's rescued. Right?
Yeah.
Why would he not? See, Doc thought so also, that Lee might just walk right out of there and be a character next season, and be like, then they could really resurrect their romance, right? Rekindle their romance. I wonder if they're going to do a Lee swap. Yeah, I thought maybe that old Lee was going to change places with young Lee so that Keiko could have love.
But how?
I don't know. That would be really sad. That'd be even sadder than what's there.
How is the image of Lee just there?
Wait,
AJ, you're not near your mic. We can't hear you.
Hold on. Is that better?
Yes.
Yeah, I want to hear it. Go.
How? I want to know how. How is this even possible? First of all, he shouldn't even be there, because Lee is literally standing right there. The rules we've been giving with how Access Mundi works, he should not be there. That's number one. Number two, even if he is there, how is he just there? We've seen what it takes to get out of Access Mundi. It's not like did he just go? Like, did he fly to get to the rift? Like, how did he get to the rift?
Because where he went in is a totally different place. Like Access Mundi has geography. It's not just like right. He went into the rift. Right. He hung out in the same location the entire time. Is he standing? Right?
Is he standing on a really tall hill, and that's how he's able to be up top? Where it just doesn't make any sense whatsoever, other than the writers thought, "Hey, this would be cool."
I agree with you. You.
Yeah, I mean, Doc says Keiko's not ready for that anyway. And yeah, it makes no sense.
It is kind of cool. I admit it looks cool. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it's cool.
I think maybe AJ's explanation is the best one. The writers thought it would be cool, right? It looks cool, but it's not cool if you can't understand it.
Yeah. Either way, she can't hear him, and then that's when this Lee says that he's saying goodbye. Because he knows that he's not going to be able to come out, but
why is he saying goodbye?
He does come out. He knows he's going to come out, just not.
Why is he saying goodbye?
No, I mean, he's not going to come out
for
now.
himself.
All right. Well, and why is he saying goodbye when Lee already kind of explained that he had
It's stupid. Period.
I think he means literally saying goodbye to her right now.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was more
still needs to do that, but why he's there makes no sense. Why is he there?
Agreed. And there's a shot of Kong, who looks like
Great
he's going to jump off the hill. I know he's not, but it looks like it. That's cool.
This isn't Doctor Who. You can't just change the rules.
Fair.
Yeah, well, they tried.
You're right. All right. Now, 6 weeks later, we're at the Monarch Mausoleum.
Yep, they're at the memorial, and who Keiko's also a part of, even though she's not dead.
I thought that was cool though that he was like, Keiko, you were the first.
Yeah.
So they have interred Hiroshi's ashes here, I guess, which is weird because we saw a funeral and we saw.
I thought it's just.
I think it's just a memorial. I don't think they. Yeah, that didn't really.
Those aren't okay. Those aren't little boxes where urns are behind them.
No, they're it's kind of like the shield wall.
It's kind of like the CIA.
Oh, it's kind of like the Vietnam Veterans Memorial down in DC, where you have all their names. Okay.
Yes, exactly. All right. So this guy takes them down to. I don't know if it's actually in the basement. It is in the basement, isn't it?
Yeah.
Did you guys get X-File vibes here?
I was just going to say the same thing. Absolutely.
It wasn't just me. Because they are going to start Monarch 2.0 and they've been relegated to the basement. I think it's hilarious. I don't know. I think they were kind of going for that to make fun of that a little bit vibe. I really liked it, but they're shoving them down in the basement.
Why? So why is it Monarch 2.0? Is the whole rest of Monarch now defunct?
Well, it's the new Monarch. I don't know. They're the ones running it.
They're the secret level.
We've seen outposts go, get destroyed, but I didn't think all of Monarch was. AJ, you're saying they're the secret level. They're just the new leadership. Okay.
Yeah, they don't have as much red tape.
Okay.
I said they're the X-File of Monarch.
The X-Files of Monarch. Okay, that makes sense. Got it.
That's the way I'm looking at it anyway. So yeah, they kept their jobs. That looks really cool. I like that.
They got a promotion. Kate and Keiko are running.
Yeah, they're ahead of it now. They're back to where they were before almost. All right, so Lee goes back into the jungle at. Did it say where it was? I forget the name of the town.
He's in Thailand.
But that's the town they were at before, the little village. Because he goes to see that guy there that I don't remember his name. I think he's looking for Kentara and Isabel too, right?
No, he's looking. He believes they are ahead of him. He's like, "Well, this man and this woman here."
Yeah, like they come through.
He's trailing them, right? Yeah.
But I don't have a picture of it. The guy shows him his burns. He's got burns all over his forearms.
Well, because Lee says, "Is this thing really as bad as I've heard?" And that's when the guy shows his burns. Right?
Yeah. And there is
and there we have Rodan.
It's Rodan.
Yeah, that's what it says.
So when I saw that it was Rodan, I got to tell you, Doc Kaiju's had this theory that it's going to be King Ghidorah, and I was down with it. And when I saw that it was Rodan and not King Ghidorah, when I first saw it, I was like, wait, that's the wrong head. And are there three? Oh no, there's only one, right?
It's a different kaiju.
Were you surprised, AJ? Were you surprised, Doc?
I hadn't really thought that much about it. So I wasn't surprised that it was Rodan necessarily because we know the direction the show is going because of the next movie.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to see King Ghidorah really though. I feel like that would have been a really, because if you think about the movie, King Ghidorah isn't really focused on until midway point through the movie.
Yeah.
Seeing Rodan now makes sense. However, I have a question for you guys. Did anybody else think that Lee seemed to have what's the word I'm looking for? I lost my vocabulary. A recognition. Like saw Rodan and was like, "Oh, I know you."
Yeah, he seems not super surprised, right?
Yeah, he said, "There you are," or something like that. And I'll see you
Hold
soon.
on.
Yeah.
Doc said he didn't expect Ghidorah. He expected Tiamat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, Doc. I totally misrepresented
Does
you.
Tiamat have anything to do with the Egyptian Tiamat? Probably not. Yeah. Well, that's the end of it. Either way, we got till season 3. It has been renewed, so at least we know we're getting more, and we're getting a spinoff. But yeah,
not. I mean, I know. I would like. Okay, so did I expect him? No. I love Rodan partly because like of my childhood of watching the original Rodan, who's from the 50s, right?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Well, since I don't know who Rodan is, I can't comment.
So did either? So my question about Lee: did either of you think that he had like a look of recognition?
Yes. Yes, I thought he did.
Because so I'm wondering. I'm kind of wondering now if the spinoff is gonna also have Rodan in it, or Rodan's twin, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely felt like Lee maybe had encountered Rodan like in the past, right?
Yeah.
Doc says Rodan was supposed to be in season 1 instead of the Ion Dragon.
I'm glad it wasn't. I think this is a much better reveal of Rodan.
Well, and here's the thing. Like, did Lee encounter Rodan in his past Monarch life with Billy?
Well, that's what I'm
saying. Or did he encounter Rodan in Access Mundi and it's a memory of being down there that he recognized Rodan?
I'm speculating that it has something to do with the spinoff.
Okay.
Yeah, but the spinoff's all in the past, right?
Right.
Okay, but it doesn't answer the question of where and when he encountered Rodan, but we'll find out.
Yeah. Doc says it would make sense if the spinoff had Rodan. Rodan was representation of the risks of Russia having nukes. Too. Well, what I will say is it's a cool looking kaiju, and I think they did a good job with the design. But I know nothing about it, so I'm not really the person to comment, I guess.
All right, on to Widow's Bay.
Yes, on to Widow's Bay. I have to
actually no, not on to Widow's Bay. I'm going to highlight Doc's comment real quick because this is what I'm thinking. Because in the original Rodan film, there were 2 Rodans, which is why I'm wondering if that's what the spinoff is going to be about the other Rodan.
Looks like season 3 will be the lead up to the 2018 film Godzilla King of the Monsters, which suggests all the Jonah and the hyena stuff will probably be introduced next season. Oh, that'd be great, right? Jonah and the hyenas. Yeah, it's about time for them.
I think that's where.
That's movie stuff.
Yeah, but I think that's where Isabel is headed. Is working with Jonah.
Yeah.
All right. Now, just whoops. Now remember, guys, we have 2 episodes to go. It's already 11:45, so we don't want to take too long.
All right, let's talk.
And I know I'm the one saying that.
And this show will be able to look. Okay, so before we start, I watched the first 2 episodes. We all did, you guys. Love me a good Curse Town show. What did you guys think after 2 episodes?
I really like. Oops, sorry, go. You go first.
Go ahead. All right. After 1 episode, I said, I have no idea what the show is about. After the 2nd episode, I said, okay, now I see where it's going. And if you notice, both episodes were really short, so we shouldn't have any trouble getting through.
Yeah, they weren't.
Kimberly, if you want to drop off after we do episode 1, that's fine.
Or you can
or not. To
be fair, it's not like a super deep, like it's not like From, like you're gonna get super spoiled. I don't think if you hear the 2nd episode, but I mean that's up to you.
I thought it was so I got to Jamie, I'm sorry, I cut you off. You were gonna say how you felt about how you liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked the tone a lot. I think I was surprised. I'm not sure exactly what I thought it was going to be, but I liked kind of the dark humor of it. and that it was like totally, a lot of it was like I don't want to say it was ridiculous because that's not the right wording, but just it had kind of like that humor in it that I just really liked. And I thought it was funny, but I also think that it seems like it's going to be a good show once it gets like further into the lore and everything, because I do think the beginning started a little slow because you have to like learn about the town. But like listening to, I don't have the cast list up, damn it. The guy that's from The Office, what the hell's his name?
Stephen Root.
Yeah, I know, but what's his? I don't know what his name is in this. I was trying to see.
Oh, his name on the show is his name on the show is I'm gonna look him up real quick. I'm gonna say it's Wick.
Yeah.
Wick. Yeah.
Yeah, Wick. Like hearing some of the stuff he says, and also some of the stuff he said in the previews that they had before the show ever came out. These weren't really like spoiler trailers or whatever. They were just like really short trailers they had on the show. I think that there's going to be a lot more like dark coming of like more of that kind of like creepy side of it. Like I feel like the first two were more of the dark humor, other than like the whole shit where the clown's coming up after him. That was creepy. But yeah, I liked it. It's like quirky. It's different. I enjoyed it a lot, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I love Matthew Reeves to begin with. When I first saw saw it on, I was looking at Apple TV and I saw something coming up with him. I was like, what's this? And I watched the trailer and I was kind of like, I'm not really sure what this is about, but it looks like a dark comedy, and it's got Matthew Reeves, so I'll check it out.
I mean, okay, so I personally got zero comedy vibes out of this. I'm surprised that both of you are saying you found it funny. I mean, I guess Tom, maybe you could see being a little bit funny.
I mean, it's not haha funny. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not like a comedy funny. It's just got that dark funny.
Oh, yeah. Kimberly, to be fair, you're right. He wasn't in Office. He was in Office Space, not The Office.
What did I say, Office? I meant Office Space if I said Office.
So I really enjoyed the tone of frustration that they set from like the minute Tom Loftus, the mayor, is on screen. He's frustrated nonstop, every single interaction, every single person, right? And I like that tone that they set, that he's really frustrated and at odds with everything all day, every day. I did feel that in these 2 episodes, I'm like, oh, a creepy fog. I've only seen that in 10 movies. And then like later they're like, oh, there's the old legends, the witch trials. Seen that a lot. The story that there was a serial killer who dressed as a clown. Oh, that's only been in 100 movies. Like I felt like I'm like, it's a little bit what? And then I started to feel like, is this show playing with tropes? And is it even really happening? Or could it be like messing with Tom, messing with us? Like, because the horror is so overdone, is it bad writing or is it really awesome writing? And that remains to be seen to me. Right? Like, wasn't every single...
I mean, it's supposed to be like creatures of folklore. So yeah, some of it is tropey, I guess, if you think about it that way, but not necessarily in a bad way.
Okay, but there's local folklore, right?
Yeah.
It's intentionally tropey, and you know the locals don't really seem to want the
well, a town that doesn't want to advance and have tourists or whatever, there's that.
Yeah,
right?
you don't want popularity.
But I just felt like there are times when I'm like, this is so lame. I've seen this before. And then I'm like, wait, this is going to be, they're going to turn this on its head and I'm going to like it. I'm just not really sure how it's going. Susie says, I really thought that town was messing with him to try to keep people from commercializing the island. But I just watched the last one and now I have no idea. Yeah, I mean,
I kind of wondered that too at a point.
They're very resistant to commercialization. And, you know, if you visited like seaside communities or island communities, especially, you know, these places, I'm thinking of an island I've been to off the coast of Maryland that's very similar, where only like 300 people live there. This place called Smith Island in Maryland. I went there. Like 300 people live there, and they've been so isolated for so long that they have an accent that's different from everyone else in this area. And there's basically no internet or cell phone at all because it's out in the middle of like the bay, right? This is like, it's within, like, it makes sense to me that these people are isolated like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
What doesn't make sense to me is Tom the mayor, but we'll get into that. Let's go, Jamie.
Wait, yeah, I wanted to see one thing if it told. Because the other thing I was going to say is I do feel like the one thing that confused me a little bit about this at first, and I think it's just kind of the tone and the idea they went with. Like at first, I thought it was supposed to take place like before, but then they have cell phones or in the past. Yes, in the past. Sorry, I guess that was a bad way to explain it. It seemed like it was supposed to take place like a couple decades in the past. At least to me, it looked like it with the look of the film, with a lot of their clothing and that. It like felt like it was from a few decades ago, but like it's not because they have cell phones. They talk about their cell phones not working. So yeah, I'm not sure exactly for the reasons for that, but I like it. It's different in that sense. But the opening to me, I wanted to say to you guys, I felt like the opening reminded me like the old cold open of an X-Files. Like just the way this episode opened of like the guy that was on the ship that disappeared because you had no idea what the hell happened until the lights go off and then you see the fog come in and they just kind of like, that was it. That's what it made me think of. And that's kind of how I knew right away. I'm like, I like this show. Because I thought that. I don't know. Do you think I'm nuts? I just thought the way it opened.
Yes, but for different reasons.
I do not. So, Jamie, I didn't think of that at all when I watched it, but now that you say it, I totally get it. Yes.
Okay, fair. But yeah, it was just kind of like this weird, creepy, didn't explain anything. And then it went to it didn't have opening credits. It only had a title screen. But all right. So then we get the kids smoking there, which that's the mayor's son. And the power goes out. And he is pissed.
There's an earthquake. There's an earthquake as well.
Oh, there's an earthquake. But the idea and the point of all this is that he is not. I know. Thanks, Fletcher. Is that his kid's not home? His kid keeps sneaking out. Is the whole point of that. He works at town hall. I'm trying to like not take super long since we have 2 episodes. This is
no, Susie. We were only talking about the first 2 because the third one just came out tonight.
Yeah. I'm looking for the character's name because I do know.
Her name is Kathy, I believe.
Kathy. Okay, Kathy. Oh no, right? Patricia. You're wrong. It's Patricia.
Patricia. I kind of love this introduction to Tom being the mayor. Like he's surrounded by people who are not helping him at all. Like, right.
Yes.
And like the idea of his total frustration all day, every day. I love when he says he gets on the phone and he calls Patricia, I guess, or assistant. He says, "Hey, get me so-and-so." And she goes, "Okay, what's his number?"
It's like, you're my assistant. Is that not your job? Find out.
Tom thinks he's the mayor of New York, right? He thinks he's the mayor of New York, and he's actually the mayor of Podunk.
Yeah. No, I agree. Like these people don't do their job. And that's kind of what I meant by like the funny tone in that, especially like the older woman that works for him and doesn't come in because she's sleeping, she's taking a nap. And like, she does that every day and nobody does anything about it either. Is the funny thing. Like he just lets them work like that. And I have no idea what that actress's name is, but I've seen her in other things and I like her.
Yeah, she's been in a lot of stuff.
I know. I'm trying to see these pictures.
I think, Jamie, this is how the town always was. I think Tom has showed up with new expectations. I think it's a sleepy little town, and this is how their jobs always were. And Tom now has greater expectations that he can't enact because they don't want that. They want it to stay exactly how it is. And he's like, no, but we can be so much better and we need money. But they're also just, I mean, it's not like an evil plan to thwart him. They're just also like, it's also like just a bit of, I think, like inertia. Like they've always had this job where they don't like, and look, he's got only like a town of like 300 people to choose from, right? Like I feel like Tom's expectations are greater than this town can meet, and it's not just because of the curse, but it's because it's a little tiny small town. It's not Martha's Vineyard. It's like nowhere.
Yeah, he needs to
be the next Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Oh, but either way, nobody here does much of their job.
I think they do their job as they understand it, not as how Tom understands it.
Right. Well, not knowing how to like look up a phone number, not doing that, not coming into work like half the day because you take a nap. I don't know that that's really doing your job, but the way they've always done the job, yes, I agree with you there. It's the way they've always done it, so they're just like not wanting to change, I guess. But he's annoyed as hell through the whole thing at these people. He calls. I think he's talking to the guy at the precinct. I'm not sure.
He's very upset that the restaurant's not going to open after the
because the power had gone out. Yes. So the guy that works for I don't remember the newspaper, but he works for a big newspaper, and he's
the
going
New York
to
Times.
The New Yorker.
Times.
Okay, New York Times.
It was the Times. I thought it was the New Yorker.
The Times. It was the Times.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. New York Times. Okay. So works for the New York Times and is going to be writing an article in the town. So he is like all excited, like he has got to get down there to meet this guy. Everything has to be perfect. You guys all have to act like everything's perfect and quit acting like you're crazy. Is sort of what he's in a roundabout way saying to these people. And that, yeah, everything has to go to plan. The restaurant has to be open. The ferry has to get there on time. And he's like driving everybody nuts in a way because he's so like adamant about this when the other people don't care. And all honesty,
but he's not wrong, right? He's not wrong.
He's not.
Like,
He's not wrong.
And he also knows that to do the things they need to get done in the town. I don't know if this is here or later, but to do the things they need to get done, they need money.
Yeah.
And this will bring money into the town.
I mean, a New York Times profile would be amazing for their tourist industry. He's not wrong that he wants to. Yeah.
But I can also kind of understand them. Like they're used to this quiet life. They don't want it to be commercialized. And there's his secretary that
I don't really think that's what they're against though, right? Like,
well, I thought they didn't want more people to come. They don't want it to become a tourist spot.
I think they're like, don't bring people here. We're cursed. They're going to die. What's wrong with you? This is
okay. Well, yeah.
Well, that's
that too.
That's
right?
Wick's thing.
That's more Wick, yeah. It kind of reminds, you know what it's making me think of, kind of Home a little bit, like that whole town and the way it was when in that episode. So he calls the sheriff at the police station because he is looking for the guy that I don't know his name, the one from the beginning of the episode in the teaser that disappeared. He tells him, sorry?
The guy on the boat?
Yeah, the guy on the boat.
Shep. The guy in the boat is named Shep.
Yeah.
He tells him that he's missing, and Tom lies to the other people there because he doesn't want them to know that there's a problem because he's trying to get all this stuff to move forward. So he does lie to them for the time being about Shep being missing.
Well, what he says is like, "Oh, you found Shep? Okay,
yeah.
Great."
They knew Shep was missing. Right? And to be fair, apparently Shep is a known
drunk
and unreliable, and could just be like,
he's like, he'll turn up.
Yeah.
All right. So he goes down to the ferry, but the guy's already come. He missed him. They brought him in on time, but didn't tell him. So
the ferry was early.
Oh, the ferry was early. Okay. But either way, the guy from the New York Times is already there. And she is giving him a tour, and he is not happy that she's the one giving the tour because she's like, oh, here are all the crazy things about this town. And he is trying to avoid all the crazy talk about the town. I mean, like levels and all that stuff.
She actually says, oh, look, let me tell you about the witch trial. It's a real point of pride. We found them and we burned them. I was like, what?
This is not a good thing, lady. And that's kind of his reaction. Like, why are you doing this to me? Right. Because he's like taking personal affront to all this.
Well, and, I mean, I don't think she's that's a good question. Do you think she's doing it to thwart the Times reporter, or do you think she legitimately believes it's a good thing to murder women because they might be witches?
Well, I mean, you say it that way, that sounds bad, but I do think she's proud of it. She's really proud of it. But I'm saying he feels like she's doing this to him. Like he's like,
all right. So I just misunderstood. I thought you thought maybe she is doing it against him or doing it.
No, I don't think she is. I think she really thinks
she really believes. She really believes. And also, there's the point of, the cannibalism poster,
Yeah, that was
right?
excellent.
And it says like cannibalism. Do you have a picture of it?
Yeah, it wasn't that far yet there.
Oh,
Cannibalism and blood cell. Yep.
I love the way Tom tries to explain it away.
Yeah. What's funny though too is that like he doesn't like this stuff about the town, but like they have this stuff in town hall, and he's probably like wishing he could just get rid of it all, which he can't. But
I love how Tom goes, "Oh my God, they didn't go to kennels on the first day. That wasn't until the fourth day."
Yeah.
Yeah. This is why I said it was funny, Karen. Even you're laughing
and also, like, what's up with that? Susie says, like, what's up with that broken down house with the ghost in the window up in the upper right? Next.
I didn't even see the ghost, right?
Yeah, look at that creepy.
Creepy. That's creepy, man. Creepy
town. Good catch, Susie.
I don't know what she means. That iron thing. What is that thing in the glass? Oh,
bottom right.
Oh yeah, these are like torture device.
Yeah, it looks like some kind of torture
thing. Yeah,
some kind of torture thing.
Moving on.
All right.
There's also this painting, which I think might be the same painting he sees later, but I'm not entirely sure. Okay, so anyway, he's trying to get him out of the murder place. No, I'm kidding. So the guy's basically like, this place is good. Like, you're worried too much. I like this place.
It's so cute, right?
Yeah. And he's going to meet him for dinner, which is like at the best restaurant they have to go to, right?
And he's the only good
restaurant, and their seafood's better than
restaurant.
What does he say? Something like, "Oh, they have better crab than whatever," or something like that. Like, he's really, really selling it. He's overselling it.
We have better lobster than Bar Harbor.
There you go.
Which I mean,
he's definitely overselling it. Is that a crow? There's like a crow there. I just happened to see that. Sorry, I mean, I'm a crow.
No.
But there's a crow there. It's just a crow. Sometimes a crow is just a crow. I just happened to see it.
Oh my God, maybe it's a crow from Lost. Or Lost. Shit, wrong show. From. Sorry, I killed my own joke.
I know you did. It's okay. All right. So here they are back in the town meeting, and he's, telling them everything they're doing wrong. And this is again where he's saying, I thought I had a picture of the board. Hold on. Maybe not, but it had all the stuff that they need the money for. And they do say that cell phones don't work. But he's going to meet that guy for dinner.
Yeah, I think he mentions road repairs, cell phone towers. Like they need,
Yeah, dead tree over utility wires. I'm not going to make a joke. Street lights at the I don't know what that says.
Yeah, the town needs money to run. They need tax.
There's a lot of stuff. They need money.
Need tax income. They need tax money.
Yeah. I was just going to bring up, where'd it go? Susie had a comment that now I don't know where it went. Oh, I'm confused by the dynamics of this town. I think they're interesting, though. I think they're funny. I don't know that they totally all make sense yet, but we'll hopefully we'll find out more as we go. But they're not necessarily against these people. I wouldn't say necessarily are against the town getting a good review, and that it's more Wick that has the biggest problem with everything.
Hey, go back. Wasn't that guy in Pluribus? Isn't that the guy in the Viking outfit?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Yeah. All right. Thanks. Go ahead.
Yeah, sure. But that's also why they have phones everywhere, since their cell phones don't work. Because I don't think I've seen a show in a while that has that many landlines. Okay, so Wick comes in and he's freaking out. He's like, the sky is falling. No, he doesn't say that. But the island is waking up or something like that. Because he is saying that the fog killed Shep. And he's kind of like the town crazy guy. A lot of them believe him. A lot of them like him. But he is like freaking out. And Tom is like, you're over exaggerating. This isn't really happening. And he's like, you're going to regret it. He wants him to completely shut the town down, turn on the alarms, all that stuff, because the storm's coming in, the fog's coming in, and it's going to kill everybody or something to that effect. So, and he disagrees with Shep and thinks he's nuts, basically. And I think this is where he lies and says they found Shep. I think I could be wrong, but I think that's actually right.
Whatever. Anyway, I don't know.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Okay. So does she tell her story here?
Yeah, she tells the story about how she had this very frightening experience when she was in high school where a guy uh,
Serial killer or something?
serial killer kept her in the house, but she got away, right? And
this horrific experience that happened to her, and she believes happened. I don't know whether he doesn't believe it or not, but he's definitely, I think, heard it quite a few times before and is kind of like, yeah, not really listening.
Well, no, he says to her, he says, "Oh, well, he attacked teenage girls. You're 42, so won't you be fine now?" And
because
then
she's afraid. Yeah, because she's in the back of her mind, she's always afraid that he's going to come back for her, and that's when he's like, "Well, you're 42 now, so you're good."
it's a very callous and uncool statement.
Yes, it is, but it was funny.
But I also get the opinion, though, that she's told him this story like a gazillion times, and he just doesn't want to listen to it again. At least I took it that way. Maybe
I did get that. I did get that feeling a little bit.
Yeah,
but he doesn't. I get that, and that's the point.
Right. He was very callous. I agree with you.
But she's got some trauma that happened to her, right? And he's like, "Oh, whatever." Like he's very look, Tom. For whatever his positive qualities are, I think they've set him up as a very self-absorbed and single-minded kind of a guy who has this one thing he wants to do, and he wants to change this town. It's interesting to me that he's an outsider, but he's not a local, but he grew up there in Summers, and yet he spent so much time there growing up, and yet he seems to not understand this town at all.
Yeah. It's surprising that he became mayor. Susie says, "What's the heck is up with the ages being so way off?" I'm guessing that she means in relation to her. I'm not sure exactly what
she's like 42, 43, 40 something, right?
She's probably in her 40s. I don't know that it's accurate, but I mean, we have a show where there's people in their 20s playing 16-year-olds, and you're saying this. No, I don't know. It didn't seem that far off to me, so I really. No. She
didn't say she was 27, right? He says
27 years ago or something like that.
It happened 27 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. No. She's in her 40s. It happened when she was a teenager. He was just saying she's like, only went after teenagers, so that he's not going to come out.
She was like 15 when it happened.
Yeah. 15, which would be 30. Yeah, that'd be about right. Okay, so he comes home. His kid's out there smoking. His kid doesn't listen to him, but he also doesn't really punish him or force him to very well. So I know he yells at him, and I think I don't remember. I think he tells him he's grounded or something. It's not really important. Whatever.
I mean, no teenagers ever listen. This is not.
They don't. Yeah, they definitely don't. We had a yellow phone like that. Or no, we had a green phone like that. I take it back. We had a green phone like that. It was my grandma's, I guess. So yeah, he's telling him what he needs to do. Then at the bay, the alarm is going off because Wick has gone over to the harbor master without his permission. And I don't know if he did it or he forced him to do it, talked him into doing it, but he made him send the alarm off because he wants everybody to get out. The way Island's waking up, and he, upsets Tom even more so. And Tom's like, no, you got to stop. And I think, doesn't he make a deal with them? I can't remember what he says. Something like that he'll check something out.
I don't know. Anyway, he's trying to appease these people.
Yes. Yeah, he's trying to calm them down. It's just not working very well. And then eventually he talks to them at the bar and tells him some stories about the fog that kills people. And yeah, he's doing all he can to convince Tom, and Tom isn't having any of it. And yeah, so a lot of it's kind of the animosity between them. I don't know. Am I missing anything important in this scene that I'm?
No, I mean they have set them up to be the antagonist right now. And Tom not listening. I'm gonna come back around to when Tom later tells us that he spent every summer there as a kid, and I'm like, oh, just you were never around when the fog showed up. Like this is all like
it was summer.
I know this is all news to Tom. Like whatever. Anyway,
well, but it's also we don't know how true it or not it is though either. I mean, this guy is clearly a little cuckoo. Maybe we don't know.
All right.
I mean, I'm guessing because of the kind of show it is, probably not. But they're setting it up like he could be.
All right.
So yeah, he's pissed off at him. I love that expression. He's like, "Oh." All right. So then they find Shep, and there she's talking to him. Patricia's talking to him. So he goes to talk to him, tries to find out exactly what happened.
Well, it says he really the guy's unconscious.
Yeah, well, but he looks at his. My point is, he looks at his chart. Was what I was getting at.
0 blood alcohol.
Yes, so he was not drunk. Yeah, you're right, Susie. He should have known about a lot of these stories, but the question
I
is,
think
did
he knows about them. I think
or
he
just-
just chooses to ignore them.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So then the guy, something's going on with him there. His eyes are all white.
Well, his eyes are all white, like a demon or whatever, and he tries
like
to attack and strangle Tom. Right?
Well, he looks just like what
Wick
Wick.
described. I forget what
yeah,
he said.
exactly like what Wick described.
Yeah. And he attacks him and then he dies. And then he's talking to the coroner, who, if I remember rightly, the coroner kind of brushes it off like, oh, it was nothing weird, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to remember.
Well, no, Tom says, have you done the autopsy yet? And he's like, no way, I'm doing it tomorrow. Like, it's been, whatever, like, right?
Oh,
Tom's
okay.
like, have you done that? He's like, I'll do it tomorrow. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, this is, so I want to go back to Susie here. This is what I meant. It says he is 30-something years old. Is that what it says on his, can you go back to his record there, Jamie? It says he is 30-something years old, and the girl from the office says to him while he's in a coma,
what, this guy?
Real age is 27. I think that's what Susie's saying. This is what I mean. It says he is 30-something years old.
Oh, that does look like it's like that. That must not be his age, maybe, but it does look like it says 37.
It does look like it says age 37. Yeah.
Maybe it's 67, 87. I don't know. It's
girl
not
from the office.
It's blurry.
I learned my real age is
kind of
27.
blurry. It does look like it says 37, though. I would agree with that. It does look like it says 37. But I mean, to be fair, it also said that he wasn't
what
drunk.
Tom is,
He falsified
okay,
the
hold
record.
on. I think I understand confusion. So on the medical document, Tom says that can't be right. What Tom is saying that can't be right is that he has
Not
no
drunk.
alcohol in his system, because Tom's assuming he was drunk.
Yes.
That's the part that Tom's like, that can't be right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think it was about the age, but
I
I agree with
Susie
you.
thinks
It
it's
does
right
look like
before that. It's clear in the show. She thinks maybe if you had a different screen cap, it might be easier to see.
It is possible.
And Susie's saying, nah, she does not agree with you that when he says it can't be right, Susie thinks it's the age. All
Let me
right.
see if I was going to see if I
Fair.
could.
That's fair, Susie.
Hold on. I was going to see if I could find him looking at it. I'm going to go back and see it. Only 1 second.
Let's just keep going.
No, I know. I'm at it. I can take another capture if I get it to that point.
All right.
All right. We'll look after. It's too hard for me to do it while you guys are waiting.
Sure.
Okay.
All right.
So anyway. So yeah, he attacks him. He hasn't done the autopsy. And then don't remember what their conversation was. I think more of him not listening to her, basically. As he does that a lot.
I mean, is there a reason why you should be listening to her? I mean,
Yeah,
really,
not
right?
necessarily.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like she's getting on his nerves at any rate. So then he goes to the restaurant. Oh, I think she tells him something like that he's supposed to be there, and he ended up making him
late.
Yeah, so he goes to meet the guy, and this is where the guy says, "Oh, it's a great place and everything," and then Tom starts getting paranoid because of what Wick said, because he sees the fogs coming in. The power goes out, and I don't know why he decides to believe Wick all of a sudden, but he freaks out and starts saying something
That's what I'm
about
saying. He's in denial.
He is in denial. He's like, don't go home. It's not safe. And then the guy from the newspaper thinks he's like doing it, like building up these folklores and that to make the town sound better. And he's like, you don't need to do that. You got a great town. Like, why are you doing this? So he doesn't buy it.
I did feel like I had seen an increasing tension in Tom, though. Like, it's not out of nowhere totally. It might be like 50% out of nowhere, but I saw 50% at least of Tom being, I don't know, getting a little paranoid, getting a little nervous, getting a little.
I think what he said finally got to him.
Well, and here's the thing that that I'm wondering after these 2 episodes. Like, did Tom
Okay.
not see anything in the past, or did Tom see stuff and he's in denial and now he's being forced to admit what he's seen in the past?
That's also a possibility.
So Susie's right. It says age. There is a clearer shot. It says age 37.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
All right, that's insane because that guy's clearly like 80, right? Or
Well,
70.
I don't know about 80. I would say
Well, I don't know, but
60,
I would
70,
say
maybe.
then maybe the only thing when you say that though, it makes me think not necessarily like something's up that he looks that old and he's not. More likely somebody switched the medical records would be my thought.
mean, but why?
To hide whatever happened to him, I guess, because that to me is more likely than he's like looks like he's 60 or 80 or something and it says 37. That would take care of the drunkenness too, because let's be honest, this is a tiny town and probably they figure nobody will pay attention.
But no, but that is the age he looked when he went missing. Like, what is the reason to say that when everybody knew he was the age that he was?
You thought he looked that when he went missing? I thought he looked the same when he went missing, other than his eyes weren't
He
white.
didn't look 37 when he went missing. He looked the age that he is when he went missing.
That's my point. I'm saying probably somebody else that was staying at the hospital that was 37 didn't have alcohol in their system, so somebody switched the charts, is what I was saying.
I don't know. All right. Well, that's a great catch, Susie. Thanks for making us pay attention.
Yeah, I totally didn't catch that.
Because I didn't really.
Yeah, no. Secretary says when Tom walks in, I learned my real age is 28 or 20 something, which she looks like she's in her late 30s, early 40s too. I don't know. You went deeper into it than I did, Susie. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch
it. Now, Scarlett. Yeah, it's at 12 o'clock.
I didn't realize it was right now. I know Scarlett was going to try to get some. You guys ought to try to go. Try to get tickets. Whoa.
Oh, so somebody outside my house is honking. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Hey, Petty, welcome. All right. So then they so the guy left and he's kind of upset, but I don't remember. Does something happen here, or was it just he was washing his face? Other than it pans the camera down to show what's underneath the levels. I guess not. Down below the building, there's some kind of underground tunnels, and in it is an electric chair. So yeah, now I need to ask you guys, why the hell do you think there's an electric chair down there, and what does it mean? I mean, to me, I don't know it necessarily means anything other than like the town used to have an electric chair, and it's a little town. It could have been that way a long time ago. I don't know. Do you feel like there's more to it than that? Are they secretly killing people? I don't know. What do you think?
That's super creepy. Like, what the
hell? It is super creepy. I'm just saying, what do you think about it?
I think it looks like an electric chair.
Okay. No, I just wondered if anybody had any thoughts on why there's an electric chair. There's like it's locked in the.
It's very weird. Like, what? Why would that be
weird and creepy? Yeah, it's definitely weird and creepy. All right, that is the end of episode 1.
I mean, it made me think that maybe there was some like weird system of local justice where they killed people without proper, right? Like some weird justice thing going on. Yeah.
Could be. All right, let me switchy up pictures. Give me a sec. All right, so close the other ones. Let me make sure I got them going the right way. Yeah, I do. Okay. All righty. So I don't remember why they showed the church or why I took a picture of it. Maybe you guys do. But
because church shit is coming. This is going to be some weird church stuff in this episode.
Right. Yeah, we already did Daredevil, Scarlet, so you can stay. We're gonna watch the new one after this is done, but we already talked. Oh wait, yeah, the current episode hasn't aired yet. Well, maybe it's aired, but we're gonna watch it after this. We're not talking about the finale yet, unless she means the other one. I don't know. Anyway, we already talked about Daredevil, but it was the other episode. All right. So there is that. Like, I was a little confused because then that made me think that was what that guy wrote. But that's like a pamphlet, so I don't know. I was a little confused about that. What that was exactly.
I think it's like his campaign pamphlet or something.
Okay.
Right?
Because I was thinking they were reading the newspaper of what that guy said. Anyway, they left something out that she was upset about, but so they're on their way to town. I took some pictures of the dock there. Okay, so the newspaper article has come out, and he thinks they're going to get all these tourists, and he talked this guy into buying that like latte machine or whatever. Like he's really trying to make it upscale, right? Which was funny. But yeah, a lot of them are resistant. And then he's going over to this guy's inn because he wants to start renting it out because they're going to have more tourists, right? And Wick is there trying to stop him from renting it out. It's haunted. There's a serial killer that lived there. You can't do this. And they basically have to pull him away and arrest him. But yeah, he's freaking out again. And look, Tom is very unsympathetic and he calls him a dumb hick. And whether the people of the town totally believe everything he's spouting, I don't know. But they like him and they don't like Tom. And they're very pissed that he talked to him like that. Because this comes back around later on in the episode. But they pull him away there. Because I think they might even say he's drunk. But either way, they're stopping him for ruining that guy's business. Because that's essentially what he's doing.
I mean, I was horrified at what Tom did here. Like when Tom says... he gets so many calls the guy a stupid hick or a dumb hick. It was really look,
it's one thing to yell at somebody and call him a dumb hick, but he's the mayor. Like, and he did it in public. Like, it was just not cool.
It shows Tom's total contempt for the local people of this town. It's really shocking. And it also shows like a lack of that he's losing his temper and he's unable to maintain his cool when he's out there in a is it really that difficult a situation? Like there's a drunk guy yelling a bunch of stuff. Like it's bad, but it's not like an active shooter situation or an earthquake or right? Like
yeah, he didn't have to call him a dumb hick. He could have just said you're drunk.
Well, I mean, him calling him a coward is what set him off.
Yes, it is. It is. Yeah, you're right. You're right, AJ. Thank you.
But he is getting pulled away in the car because he is ruining this guy's business. And everybody in the town stands around and watches Tom and gets mad at Tom.
That's kind of weird, right? Like all these people show up and they're like, I mean, okay, I guess a crowd might be attracted if you're in a downtown place and there's like a drunk guy being whatever. Yeah. But
this is a tiny town. I think it's more just kind of like this town is so little that they're all neighbors and friends. And like, they're all like, how could you treat him like that? Because he's still like this guy that they like, even though he's a drunk, they like the guy. And Tom's like the outsider and he's the one in charge right now. And they don't want their town to change. That's kind of how I took it. Like, I think Wick's the only one that's really pushing it like quite that much. But I don't know if they really want the town to change either. They like this town. This
shot that you set up is very like him against us kind of thing, right? Yeah. Like, yeah.
That's why I said he's definitely the outsider to this town. Like you said, he wasn't born there. Mm-hmm. So they don't think that he knows it all. So when he goes to the bar that night, the guys in the bar are not very, first he talks to his father. Now, was he calling him father because he was the father of the church or because he was his
priest?
Father?
He's the priest.
I know, but I for some reason was thinking he was his father too. And then as I'm going through
his father is dead.
No, probably not. He's just calling him father.
His dad is dead.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, he tells the priest that he's sorry about his son. He thinks that he's the one that was ringing the church bells or something like that, causing problems because his son's a troublemaker. And he says that he knows he was the one there and he's sorry. And the priest is like, you must be wrong. That didn't happen. Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He's like, I think you're mistaken. And he finally just leaves. But Tom is like adamant that he thinks his son did this.
Okay. And that was creepy, right? Like, I kind of did like this, like the bells we're talking about. And you know what? I was hoping at this moment, I was like, oh, the bells are ringing. The priest is like, whatever. And I guess when I saw a priest, I was hoping like, remember Midnight Mass, which also took place on a tiny little island with no cell phone service and only a few people and creepy, right?
Another good show.
Great show. This is not going there, but I was encouraged when I saw this in the bit with the bells. I liked the scene. It was creepy.
Yeah, I do too. So all of the people here in the bar start to turn against him because they're not happy with the way he treated Wick. So they're like, if you think you're so brave, then you go stay at that inn. You stay overnight. You go into the crawl space or whatever. I don't know. They told him to do a bunch of things and that you prove it's not haunted. And he basically finally agrees and he says, if I do this, you're going to shut up and let us open the inn and not complain. And so they make an agreement they will if he goes and spends the night in this place.
It's so high school. It's like they're all suddenly like 16 and you better go. I dare you to go sleep in that inn, right? It's so juvenile.
Well, they think he's too much. They think he's like a coward and won't do it, I guess.
They won't do it either, right?
But no, they wouldn't do it either. But they're trying to, show him up because he's not said he wasn't scared.
Not that he's a coward, but that he won't believe. That he won't believe, right?
Yeah. So, I mean, who knows if they believe? I'm assuming everybody in the town believes just because I feel like that's probably what it is. They believe in these legends, but either way, he agrees to do it. And then we see the church and the priest, and he goes up to the bell tower. And now we know why he said that didn't happen. The bell was all chained up still. So there's no way that his kid rang the church bell. All right. And then he's chastising his kid again for doing stuff he's not supposed to. I think he left when he was grounded or something. Not really super important. But see, everything to me, like even the furniture, it looks like it's like from the 70s or something. Like it looks very...
Okay, but if you live on a tiny little island off the coast, like a lot of these places, Jamie, there's no place to go shopping. You know, like the first time I went to Martha's Vineyard, you take the ferry or this little tiny little plane. And you can't really unless you want to spend a lot of money, you can't bring stuff onto that island in any affordable manner, right?
So I guess you might just think when somebody moves there, they would bring stuff with them. I don't know. It just seems like
rich people. I think rich people, when they move there, bring stuff with them. I think if you're not rich,
I haven't seen anybody look modern. Like they all look decades old.
Okay. Yes, there could be I think, you could order an IKEA bookshelf for $100 and have it show up there, of course, right?
Yeah, I just think it's more of like a style choice. That's all.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is very 1950s looking here, right? But I do think that it makes a little bit of sense that they're not importing, so to speak, a ton of stuff, right? But you're right.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
Everything does look pretty ancient.
Yeah. They all look like they're from a different decade.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So there is the inn that he's going to stay at. And the guy gives him the key. He looks at the creepy painting where there's like a kid in the water drowning. So the guy gives him...
That was cool when you did those two pictures and he's like, boop, 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 with his finger. Back, go back.
Go back. Okay.
Go back and back. Do it again. No. Go back. Back. Boop.
Yep. It's pointing at it.
Sorry. Loved it.
That was okay. So yeah, he gives him the key. He gives him the video camera because he's like, you've got to record it all. And then there's like this whole conversation about if he wants alcohol from the bar, he's got to write down what he takes and everything. And he's totally down for it. He's not scared. But
this guy is not saying.
Yeah, no, even the guy. That would kind of worry me if the guy that owns the place won't even spend the night. Yeah. He's like,
I thought that was pretty funny. He's like, wait, where are you going?
I'm staying here. Like, you're the idiot that's staying here. Okay, good, Kimberly. We're on episode 2 now, so you're okay then. All right, so there is the little room that he's going to stay in. Well, it's not that little room, but the room he's going to stay in. And so he leaves him there. He shuts the door, and I think he locks him into the inn or something. And then the priest is, I don't know if we actually know what the priest is doing other than he's freaking out about whatever happened. I don't think
he's
they
freaking out because apparently the bell chimed and it's chained to the wall.
But I would question, isn't it possible like different bells chimed? That would be my immediate thought. Like maybe it wasn't the church bells he heard.
Yeah, but there's actually a record of like directions if the bell chimes when it shouldn't be.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I didn't have a picture of it. All right. All right. So he's talking to the sheriff who talks about wanting to leave the town. I can't remember. Was there anything important in that conversation? I'm not sure if that was just him saying he wanted to move.
It's just pretty much him being like, I want to get out of town, and Wick being like, yeah, smart move.
Yeah. Susie says Coastal Maine is pretty big in antique decorating. Same with Outer Banks here in North Carolina. I don't know what it is, but don't they usually still dress like modern?
You don't think people are dressed modern in this? I mean,
no, I definitely, to me, they feel like they're out of time too with the clothes. Like I said, even like sort of the color of everything, it's got like an old timey. That's why I said I think the whole thing's more a style. I'm not saying people don't there. I'm just saying I think it's more a style. Because in the hotel room, like this TV, like this is clearly not a modern TV, right? Although it might just be that's what the inn has. But so here's this guy who is giving a welcome video. And we had somebody here. Wait, let's see.
He's very creepy, that guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was something they said about it. I was looking to see where it was.
I don't know if we...
I don't know. Somebody said something about the video. I don't know where.
Anyway. All right. Anyway, let's...
Yeah, I don't know. We'll go to the rest of your comments after, but I thought somebody said something about it. Anyway, this creepy video where he disappears. It's like weird. Yes, that's what I kind of thought it probably did, but since I haven't seen much of Twin Peaks, I wasn't sure. That weird, I don't know, it's got like a weird quirky vibe. I don't know. Anyway,
Yeah, I guess I could kind of see a Twin Peaks vibe, but
yeah.
There's no real such thing as a Twin Peaks vibe. Twin Peaks is just
because it can't be recreated, you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh my god. These games are so creepy, you guys, right?
I know, right? There's a game called Teeth that has pliers.
Pair of pliers.
I don't know if this guy filled this place with stuff to scare the shit out of him. This may also be, like you said, like, are people of the town doing this to scare him? I don't know.
Or if you have an inn in a haunted town, do you buy stuff to just play into that, right?
Yeah, but that you would think that'd give you more tourists, though. But
like, I have friends, they go to Salem every year on vacation because they just love the Salem witchy thing, and they would love this shit, right?
Right.
But I don't know that's what's happening in Widows Bay. I'm just saying it could be it's a thing in the world, right?
Yeah.
Not yet. Run!
Those games.
Yeah. All right. It was. So anyway, so he writes down he's taking the alcohol. He goes into the closet. He marks off all the things he's videotaped that he's doing. Clown killers on there.
Scary. Nothing scary at all so far.
Nope, nothing scary. Goes down into the basement.
And he's like, nope.
Nope.
Nope, not gonna do that. I wouldn't do that either. I'm scared of everything. I would not do that. I think he calls the lady that his kid's that's supposed to be watching his kid.
Yes, calls the babysitter.
Yeah. And the captain's suite. Now this is where somebody got axe murdered, I think, in this suite.
Yeah.
Which is and did you notice in the early part when he checks in, the innkeeper will not step into the room, right? And then the innkeeper just shoves his suitcase in there and won't even walk in there.
Yeah. He's renting out a place to people that he's scared to go. Not a good sign. All right. So he hears voices. He hears voices. Yeah. And it ends up that's because there's somebody there. That's why he hears voices.
No, to me, it was clearly I thought what he was hearing was the New Year's Eve party from 1950, whenever, which is one of the stories they told, right? It was a killer and like there was a there was a party, a New Year's Eve party. One of the legends they tell earlier.
It definitely sounded like a party.
Okay, I missed that part. All right, interesting. But he thinks it's just this guy that's staying next door, and he's like, somebody else is staying here. They didn't tell me that, which should maybe be a red flag, but isn't.
But no, not for nothing. This guy had a great answer. He's like, the hotels usually tell you there are other people staying here. Like, no, the answer is no, they don't.
No, they don't. But this is supposed to be like the first time this hotel's open, though, right? Like it was supposed to be because they had tourists and everything.
Or for the season, the guy's just I mean, it does look very old timey. I gotta give that Jamie. It's looking very
just the way he's dressed is a little.
Well, look at the decor with the wallpaper and all that stuff. Yeah.
It's kind of like From Town, but the stuff was there from the 70s. But that's kind of like, to me, what it gives that vibe. Maybe not the same.
Kind of reminds the ambiance kind of reminds me of the Institute.
Yeah, kind of. It's just got a cool vibe. Like, look at this painting. Like, who puts these kind of paintings in an inn that you're trying to rent out, unless you're trying to scare people, right?
I mean, Susie's not the only person that feels shining vibes from this hotel.
Yeah.
Also.
So the two start joking around, drinking together, playing these weird board games, listening to the music. Daddy's home, like creepy games. What? I bet there's an inn without a pool instead of without an inn. Yep, probably. All right. So there's Daddy's younger boss yelled at him today. Go back 3 spaces is what it said.
Very 70s also, right? Very 50s, 60s kind of idea. Daddy's younger boss.
As soon as I saw the name of the game, I immediately thought of Wait Till Your Father Gets Home.
Yeah. So creepy, weird shit in a way.
Well, throwback shit. Like, you guys are not wrong that there's a weird old timey thing going on here, right?
Yeah. Creepy paintings. He goes, like, the guy goes back to his room and he's hanging out. Oh no, the guy hasn't gone back yet. I know they had a conversation, but I don't particularly remember if it was important or what they said. I don't think it was.
No.
But
not that. Quickly, not sure if any of you have seen Parks and Rec, but that was something they had in it too. Really messed up pictures to showcase their history. So, somebody from Parks and Rec is one of the producers of the show.
I don't know. I don't watch Parks and Rec, so no clue.
Yeah, it's made by some of the same people who made Parks and Rec. Wrong one, because people keep commenting.
Says, all right. Yeah. So down into the basement or whatever. He is going to go in that hole because he promised he would.
Who would do that? Would you do that? I would not do that.
No, fuck no. I would do that. Nope, sorry. He sees the guy. And he just assumed
would do it. You would do it, AJ.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I would definitely not do it, but I'm scared of everything. So I definitely would not do it. I mean, I don't know that I'd really think a clown was going to come out at me, but I still wouldn't. I still wouldn't do it. All right.
I don't love basements, so
not basements like that anyway. Okay, so he assumes it's the guy that's staying there, and he calls him, and the guy won't answer, and then he comes in, and he's the killer clown. Although that is that same guy, I notice now, because he has the same tie on. So I guess it's supposed to be that was him all along. I didn't think he was a ghost. Actually bought he was just another guest. Well, yeah, at the beginning, but I think at this point, I thought he was.
Well, no, I mean, obviously, as soon as this happens.
Yeah, he was a serial killer or something that dressed up as a ghost.
Willie the Clown.
Willie the Clown.
I thought he was sketchy. Then I thought he was a regular guest. Then, of course, here, okay. I went back and forth on was he regular or a guest. But here's where I was like, oh, look, a killer clown. Like, here's it's a trope.
It is a trope, but it was meant to be creepy. Then he wakes up. So this is one of those things. Did it even happen? I was sure nobody was playing. I thought when they were playing yes, later when they show the security.
Kimberly predicted it. Kimberly predicted it. Yeah.
Yeah. They do show it later, but yeah, that's a good point that they did that.
Then he wakes up just as the clown is about to attack him. He wakes up, which makes you think.
So now you're like, did it really happen?
Not really. Yeah.
Yeah, I like when they do that in shows and you don't know whether it happened. You just don't know.
Until they show the video, nobody there.
Yeah. The security video, because he's like, why didn't you tell me somebody stayed? And well, I guess I didn't get a good picture of it, but there was nobody there with them. Maybe he was sleepwalking. Who knows? Because I think they even say that, don't they? Because he was like talking to himself. So then there's Wick, who still thinks the place is haunted. And so they're going to. Yes, it also could have been that. It could have been any of those things.
Someone in the town brought in to mess with him, and they just edited the video.
So basically, he's like, if you're not scared, you go in. So they tell the owner that he's going to go in. And when they get there, isn't like the whole room messed up or something? I can't remember.
No,
No, but they're like, you. If it's
it happens as he's in there.
Okay. So he goes in like for 10 seconds or something. He's like, well, you said it was only going to be 10 seconds. He's like, it was.
It
They
does
shut
seem
him in
like
there.
he experienced a different amount of time in there, right?
Yeah. Or he just scared himself shitless. Again, we don't know what happened. But they
but
find
then
out there's black mold.
Well, hold on. Then he goes, they're like, how about 30 seconds? So they go in for 30 seconds, and the cop actually times it. When they open, the room has been trashed in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I think there's some time dilation shit going on here, and I don't think there was mold on that wall.
No,
when he
I don't
first
think so
went in
either.
there.
That seems new, right?
I feel like a lot longer than 30 seconds passed, like maybe years.
But I felt like, and maybe I'm wrong, I took this differently, but I felt like the black mold was kind of like the same thing as like him dreaming. Like, did it happen or did he hallucinate because there was black mold? Like, it's just like another thing of we don't really know what really happened.
Well, and they say that. And they do say that. They say, oh,
Yeah.
black mold. And then this guy says, like, no, there's no way that it could affect him that quickly.
Mold made me think that the captain was involved with the room. Yeah, don't know.
Yeah, I don't think the mold was there when he started. Like, you look like he's trash shit. There's shit thrown all over the place.
Yeah, which they would have heard him doing behind the door too.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's happy because he thinks it's like.
I am so curious what happened while he was in the room.
Yep.
Me too.
But he's like,
how long did he feel like he was in there if it wasn't a ruse?
Yeah, I don't think they said. He just said it felt long.
He doesn't. He plays it off.
To come get him. Yeah, that was the end of the episode. So we don't really know what's going on yet.
No.
But I think it's a good opening. Yeah, I like the show. It's quirky.
You know something funny? I can't get away from Stephen Root. So I always, on Samsung TV, I always have like one of the Samsung channels playing in the background if I'm not watching anything sometimes. And right now, what I have is like Get Comedy Entertainment or something. And one of the shows is News Radio, which Stephen Root was in.
Interesting. Also
watching Fringe with Damon. Recently watched an episode that Stephen Root guest starred. and now he's in this and in that other show that you mentioned to me and Karen earlier today.
Office Space, yeah. I love Office Space.
No, the new show, the terror show he's in.
Oh yeah, he's in that too. I forgot he was in that. Yeah. Yeah, Devil in Silver. Oh wait, that didn't you saw a preview. That didn't start yet, did it?
No, but he's in it.
Oh, okay.
Like,
okay.
You mentioned it. I looked at the cast.
Well, no, that's why I was like, how do you know? I didn't realize it was. Okay, fair enough. All right, let's go through. Did you take away some from? I was going to go through.
I took a couple down because they were repetitive. That's all.
Okay. Fletcher said 43 people founded Widow's Bay. I wonder if that 43rd person is the old man on the TV and the reason that the town is cursed. That's what I was looking for before.
Yeah.
When we looked at the TV.
That guy's creepy on the TV. Yeah, for sure.
I wonder what happened to the mayor's wife. Did they tell us on the show? I don't think.
Yes. Childbirth.
She died in childbirth with
yeah, oh, yeah, they did. Okay, she died in childbirth. All right. Fair enough. They will probably show some flashbacks from the 43 ship arrival. They might.
Maybe, yeah.
Why are you showing his comments? I think he left.
Because I was doing it in order.
But he left. Who cares?
I'm still going through them all. I thought they were going to go like full Yellow Jackets. Is it magical stuff or can it all be explained away? Well, I think they kind of did a little bit, Susan.
I mean, that's the question. Is it magical or can it be explained away? That's the question, yeah.
Yeah, that is the question. Love the Stephen King references, Lovecraftian vibe. Are we talking about third episode?
Okay, that's third episode.
Yeah, no, that's on tonight. We'll talk about that next week, guys.
Kimberly has a humble brag. She babysat his kid.
Woo!
That's
wow.
cool, Kimberly. Very cool. Very cool.
I like this comment. I'm pretty sure this show is going to be just this weird cacophony of contradictory information, or I don't know if it's information, but just like you fall into the trope and then it's a trick. I'm worried about that. I'm worried that they're just throwing up a whole bunch of tropes and this and that and vibes. And is there a coherent story underlying this?
Yeah, we'll have to find out. I don't know.
Yep.
And then also Kimberly says the misogyny is intense.
Yeah.
It's not wrong. That is true. Whoops. I lost the other tab.
All right, we got one more show.
Okay. All right, guys. You do. Oh wait.
Fine.
Susie had said, I figured they drugged the liquor too, and something staged everything while okay. Well, yeah, we're not going to talk about that episode. Okay. You guys do For All Mankind. I will be back in a bit. Before you start, I was just going to say, remind everybody, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision, and join our Discord for our schedule and all our watch parties. And don't forget that we also have Elizabeth Saunders, who played Donna and From, coming on June 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern. And apparently my thing isn't pinned, so I'll fix it. Okay, go ahead, guys.
Take it,
Okay. This episode is called No Sudden Moves, which I think is a great title. Which this episode is really mostly about the coup, the slow motion coup, not slow motion, but the coup that nobody really intended to stage a coup, and now they have, right? How'd you like it?
I thought it was a really good episode.
I thought it was also. And I've been a little worried about repeating the previous attempted coup. Was it an attempted coup? I don't know, but
that ended up being more of a free for all.
Yeah.
This is done a little better.
Yeah.
Although I do have one major complaint.
Oh, which we will get to, or
what's his name is a terrible leader.
Gerardo.
Yes.
Gerardo? Yeah. And there's no picture of him, so I'm just going to show.
He's creating more problems than they need.
He's not a good leader at all, right? And he has no idea what he's doing. He has no, I don't know what he thinks, what he even stands for. He has no plan. He has no strategy. And I get it because it allows Miles to step in, right? But he's the worst.
I do understand that he's angry and he has good reason to be and everything, but he's a soldier. He's not a general.
Right. And he just
which is why I'm glad Miles came in and Miles and Boyd kind of came in to diffuse some shit.
Yeah. So we don't have a ton of pictures usually, as we always have from Apple. Not much, but we have a whole bunch of people who are taken hostage, and Aleda and Dev, who are on the outside, decide they've got to go in. Right? Somebody's got to go in there to, what do they call? What is Mission Control called? They call that little Marshy, Mommy. What's it called? Anyway, this little Mission Control Center, they're somebody's got to go in there, right? What's going to happen to these people? Kelly and her crew are flying off towards, Titan, and these two are kind of the only ones who realize the importance of securing that nerve center of the whole base, right? And they're somebody's got to go in there. Oh, Aleda, it's got to be you, right? I mean, they're not wrong.
Well, no, she decides that herself that it's got to be her.
Well, because she's like, Dev, if you go, they'll beat the shit out of you, and eventually they do, right? So
yeah.
So in that sense, she's really not wrong about it. And so she makes her way, and she gets there to the command center. And she's I don't know. Is she great when she gets there? Or is she a pain in the ass when she gets there? Or is she both?
I think it's great that she's there. I mean, she's I mean, like she said, I mean, the first thing she says is, listen, somebody needs to be talking to Titan. You're fighting for all this, and you're basically condemning the lives of those people.
Yeah.
They call it MOC.
MOC?
Mars Operations Control Center.
Okay. MOC is the central place they're trying to get, right? And that's where, I mean, it's not only Titan, but I think all of Happy Valley's life support systems are there, right? And everything is there. And so I kind of love that when Aleda gets there, I feel like she's a little bit I think she says to Gerardo, "Are you an idiot?"
Yeah, she pretty much does.
I love that her way is just to be so
Blunt.
Yes, right? So blunt. And she's the smartest person in the room and she lets everybody know it. She's like, are you an idiot? Like, those people are, right? She just like, runs it. And it just shows how great. So we also have up there, I don't have a picture. I have last week's picture of our leader, Lenya, who's the worst, right? Like,
he's as screwed as everybody else is now.
Right, but his MO is just he stands like, oh, you're gonna go to prison, you're gonna get hung, you're gonna like he just lectures them on like the consequences until Miles is like, can you put some duct tape over his mouth, please? He's the opposite of Aleda, I think, right?
He's a politician.
Right. He's a politician where she's a problem solver and always has been since she was 16. And you really see the difference in the scene. But it's all kind of like, I don't want to say it's set up, but it's going on, but it's so much. I mean, it really lets us see so much more going on with, I love Celia in this episode. I mean, I kind of love her more and more. She's becoming one of my favorite characters, right?
Yeah. It's a shame that her and Ed's only seen together when he was unconscious.
I know, right? They're only seen in the entire show. But she ends up coming into Mission Control or whatever. I think she runs into Miles.
Well, she comes to Miles. She gets the whole phony thing. She's like, I'll take the prisoner. And then they go to Mission Control.
Yeah.
I love these. And he's like, you didn't have to hit me so hard. She's like, I had to sell it.
Yeah. I love these two together because together they're the only two reasonable people that cooler heads, right? They're the only people that are really trying to like, her goal is nobody gets killed. His goal is nobody gets killed.
Yeah.
And I think they're great together. They're working great together. So much better than everybody else, and they make a plan. And she speaks to his better angels, and she gets Miles to say, like, look, untie these people, put them to work. They need like instead of making Aleda say, I need him, she's like, just put them all to work. Just let them. We're not trying to like destroy this colony. We're trying to just win some concessions.
Trying to save it, and this is not the way to do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But that sets them off on trying to get the weapons, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because she realizes what Turner, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
What he's up to based on his movements. So she goes out with that other guy, and then they run into some more peacekeepers who are like, screw the boss. I am afraid that somebody is a snitch. I do feel I'm somewhat afraid that one of those three peacekeepers is actually gonna.
Oh, the three people that they bring in, they run into them in the hallway, and they're like, "Do you want to join us?" Oh yeah, we will. Yeah. I'm worried about that also. I mean,
they run into Fred, who I think Fred dies. I don't think Fred survives the season. But I do think that even though he's like telling her, be careful, you don't realize who you're involved with here, blah, blah, blah. I think at the end of the day, Fred probably ends up dying in a sacrifice.
I think you might be right. I don't have a picture of, they didn't give us a photo of Fred. He does seem to regret what happened, that he got involved with this guy being killed. He does seem to really want to protect Celia, his partner. And I think you're right that he might not make it out and might die in a heroic fashion, right? I agree. I like him. I think the guy's a good actor. He's doing a good job with his character, but he's not going to be around for long. And so in the end, Celia gets the weapons from this one. There are 3 caches. She gets one. She brings them back. Gerardo.
Well, no, she didn't bring them back. She hid them somewhere safe.
Yeah, Gerardo's kind of appalled. Miles kind of gets it in the end, right? Miles is like,
Yeah,
all right,
Miles. Okay, fair enough.
Miles is like, all right, like I get it. Like you want, she's like, I don't want to bring all these weapons in here, and some hothead starts shooting people.
Yeah, and she's looking right at Gerardo the whole time.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I was a little surprised. So a person who I think is a real danger who's in there is Arena, right? Like Arena is still in there.
Oh yeah, that's not good. I was really waiting for Aleda to be like, you know what? Keep her tied up too.
Right? Like Arena knows she's KGB or was KGB and that she can't be trusted. And she's allowed to sit there. They're acting like Lenya. Okay, so Lenya's a loudmouth and he's stupid and they tie him up and tape his mouth shut. But Arena's been sitting there really quietly and she's a real danger up there, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what else I think is going to happen ultimately? Turner's going to totally out Miles, and that's going to create some friction that I think is going to be bad for them for a minute because they're all going to turn on Miles, and while they're all pissed off at Miles, they're going to get overtaken by
which they really shouldn't be because I've said many times that I feel like, okay, he was being tortured.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
But I don't think his cohorts were going to feel that way, at least not at first.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, oh, you got so-and-so killed because,
Yeah. So in other news, as part of this earlier on, like Dev and Aleda had this conversation about like someone's got to go up there to mission control. And they decided that Aleda should go, probably because Dev is too recognizable. And people
Dev's not going to help going there. I mean,
he's just a selfish dick, right?
Jerk, yeah.
Yeah. But there was also the part where he's so recognizable they get him. And of course, by the end of the episode, they do attack him and like he does come under attack, right? And then he gets into his little office and he says,
bad feeling.
What do you think about that?
I think Dev is going to make shit worse.
Well, that's his MO for his entire time on the show. He always makes shit worse.
True. But yeah, it's definitely, the look on his face and saying lock the doors, bad things are going to happen.
I don't even know what those could be. But
I don't either, but I just know when Dev gets like that, it's just not good.
And I do think that Dev has like 5 or 6 or 10 plans to put into action when this stuff happens. Like, did Dev? But
it's almost like it would have been great if Dev could have been like, you know what? I didn't like getting my ass kicked, but I kind of understand why I got my ass kicked, and leave it at that.
Yeah.
No, he's this is not good at all.
So, and he locks that door partly, I think. We see that after we see the part where I'm putting Aleda's picture up because we don't have one, but where the president of the M6, who might be the president of the United States also, says like, you know what, Mars, we're done. We're not sending you. Like they're going to take a really hard line. They're sending no supplies now to Mars. They're like, you don't get any food. You get nothing. Like they're going to starve them out. Right. How'd you feel about that?
I'm not surprised. I mean, the first thing he says, he's the president of the United States, and he said he's speaking for all the M6 nations. We do not negotiate with terrorists, which, to be fair, is our standing rule.
But I don't think they're terrorists.
Well, okay, I agree. I agree they're not terrorists. Is this a bit of a terrorist situation?
No. I think that, okay, they do have hostages.
It's a hostage situation.
Terrorists.
Terrorist is probably a strong word, but we also don't negotiate with hostages.
That's not true that there's no negotiation with hostage takers. I mean, that happens all the time.
That is true.
I mean, I think that it's a part of what it's interesting because I think we see it in our modern society now where when people protest, the other side just calls them terrorists.
Yes.
Right? and he's calling them terrorists. I mean
this president has always had a hard line against Mars to begin with.
Yeah. I mean, this started because there was a peaceful protest, and the peacekeepers went in and they screwed it up, and it became violent.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yep.
Violent. And now, I mean, I think on the one hand, where the president is saying like, we are your home planet, unless you come. He says the word home planet or the term home planet 3 or 4 times in his speech or whatever he says, right? And he's like, we're your home planet. And then he says, like, we're going to starve you out and kill you unless you give in for money. Like they don't want the people to be let free. They want the mining.
Oh yeah. It's always about the money.
Yeah. It's really black and white who are the aggressors and who we're supposed to be in favor of. Right.
Yeah.
So 2 other things happened in this episode. What is this?
Kissed.
The teen storyline.
I'm glad they finally kissed and got that out of the way. I hate it when they have these long-winded teen storyline. I mean, but you know what? This show you kind of have to, because they're going to be 10 years older next season, probably married.
Right, and maybe have a kid. So this is their entire romance that we get. They have set it up for a couple episodes that Alex liked her. It's been a little bit of a slow burn that he likes her, right? And
yeah, but I felt like she liked him too, and they just were both being teenagers.
She did, but it took her mother to say, like, "Do you think he likes you?" And she's like, "No."
No, it took her mother to say he likes you. Her mother was very clear.
Yeah. You're right. They could be married by next season. They're kind of cute. As we've said before, we're kind of more invested in them. We also got our other young person. Where do I have? I got it. I've got a picture of it. Come on, we got it.
Marcus and Avery.
Avery and her friend. Marcus. That's his name, you said?
Yes, Marcus. I'm so glad to see Marcus again. He was my favorite person in the first episode, and then he left.
So Avery is still waiting to hear. Like she's in training. She doesn't want to go to Mars. She wants to go to the moon, right?
Yeah.
And she reveals to him. I thought this was a really bad idea. She reveals to him who she is, and Marcus seems to be pretty cool about it.
I think he'll be fine with it because Marcus seems to be cool about everything.
You think they'll be married by next season also?
I don't know if they necessarily get together, but
he seems pretty cool about her revealing her. You know, she's like, "Oh, yeah. my father." You know, her father and her uncle are kind of crazy. Like, yeah, but your father, your grandma and grandpa were heroes, right?
Yeah.
He says you got to.
I hadn't really thought about it until this picture that you have right here. But she looks a lot like Tracy in this shot.
I think the same thing. She looks a lot like Tracy, right?
I don't know if they were going for it, but they did a good job getting an actress for that.
Family. And are they in the Outpost? Or the Outpost is a chain now, right? The Outpost is a gigantic chain now. So.
That's the name of the. I don't even remember the last name. That bar went through 6 different names.
It was always the Outpost.
Did they always call it the Outpost? But it went through some changes over the years. That's what I'm saying. Did they always call it the Outpost?
It was always called the Outpost, yeah. But it became when Tracy's millionaire husband bought it, he franchised it, and it became a chain across the country.
That's right.
Yeah. So this episode, I guess, was kind of exciting, but it was a little setup. We're in the middle now of the season, right? And it's all going to be...
Yeah, what was this? 6, right?
Yeah, so out of 10, right? Yeah. So it's all chess
pieces.
No,
isn't there 13 of Mankind, For All Mankind?
Oh, it's possible. I don't know.
Is it 10? I don't remember now.
It could be 13. Like any predictions for what could happen? Who lives? Who dies? Too early to tell?
Like I said, Fred, he's a goner.
Fred's a goner, yeah. I know Fred's picture. Fred's a goner. Lenya could be a goner. Lenya, maybe.
Lenya could he might be a goner, but he could surprise us.
Oh, and be a little more sneaky than we thought.
Well, because he's toast. No matter even if this is resolved, his career is over. So I could totally see him flipping sides.
I could see Arena conniving him into
Arena's
stuff.
That's gonna be a problem,
right? Arena is. I feel like she's gonna connive everything, not just to survive, but somehow in the end she takes control of Mars. Right? That's her. She not really, but she's a.
No, you're right. There's only 10
to her advantage, right?
Yeah, so we've only got six.
Yeah.
Six. I can't add 4 episodes left.
Yep. All right. Well, good episode, right? Always a good episode.
Yep.
All right. Jamie, are you back?
I am here. Hello.
We're good.
Welcome. Yeah, I guess that's it for tonight. I just set up I did schedule the show for Widow's Bay for tomorrow, so everybody can find that for 11 p.m. Eastern, and we'll have a watch party at 8:30 so we can watch both episodes. Thursday, we have our final 2 episodes of Daredevil we'll be going over, and next week we likely will be switching Widow's Bay to Thursday, and Jen will be joining us as well. However, that's tentative because we might. Yeah, I don't know. It's tentative.
You guys are gonna deep dive Widow's Bay?
Yes. And so that'll be tomorrow with me and Scarlett.
Right.
So yeah, everybody check that out. Please make sure you like the video, subscribe to Sci-Fi Vision, hype them if you can, and don't forget to check out our other videos that were live, interviews that were live with Samantha Brown, who plays Costa on From, and Nathan D. Simmons, who plays Elgin. And we, of course, have Liz Saunders, who plays Donna, is coming on June 3rd at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that's live. We may have some other ones coming up, not sure yet. I do have another interview that will be posted from next week. And like I said, Monday, we also are going to have a really good giveaway that Kimberly is giving to give away. And we'll tell you what it is on our Sunday From show. So make sure you guys tune in. And we will see you all soon. Oh, and we will have a Daredevil watch party in about 15 minutes, somewhere around there.
All right, cool.
So we'll see you guys.
Folks.
Good night, all.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it.